Hey chat. Does somebody want to explain to me what Thanksgiving is? I was posting on Twitter and I saw that it was trending. And I didn't want to click on it. I mean, I kind of wanted to, but then I didn't because I'm like, okay, what the heck is this? So I figure I'll make one of you guys click on it and then you can explain it to me and then I will be satisfied. All right, so hey, here we are. It is, I guess it's Thanksgiving. Also, it's Thanksgiving Eve. Also, it's the day before Thanksgiving. I don't think it actually has a name. But we're doing some Kerbals tonight. Again, with the speed run. Again, we're on attempt number 5. But hey, I'm liking those numbers. That's a lot of money. That's a lot of science, and I think things are finally. I don't want to say they're like going well because that seems to jinx it, but they're going all right. So next up, we need to orbit the Mun. I'll take that. And science data from space around the Mun. I'll take that too. When does this expire? This expires in 5 days. I suspect we'll be back within 5 days because I really want to grab that mission, but I don't want to upgrade the tracking station just yet. So let's take a look at what we want to buy here. Number 1. If we're going to be landing on the Mun, how did we do it last time? We didn't, it wasn't any of that. It must, oh, it was a landing, right? No, we didn't have landing. What the heck? Dude, we got a lot of science. I feel a little spoiled for choice here. There's so many things to choose from, and they're all so tantalizing. Except aviation. Nobody cares about aviation. This doesn't really have anything that we need. So, all right, let's go from top to bottom here. So heavy rocketry, we're not there yet. Propulsion systems will give us the spark. Basically just the spark is what we'd be interested in. Fuel systems, that'll let us do asparagus staging. However, the VAB that we cannot afford the part count for asparagus staging just yet. General construction would give us struts, which probably don't need just yet. The stability enhancer can be nice. I feel like that's more useful when you have like extra parts. Okay, we don't care about aviation. Flight control would just give us winglets and stuff. I guess I should look at these ones because we could theoretically unlock some of these. So this gives us the like big decouplers. I don't know why, what the like difference is or what the purpose is of the hydraulic detachment manifold versus the radial decoupler. I guess, okay, it increases greater space between mounting points. Maybe that's useful. Fairings and better nose cones. I don't think those seem like luxury items, honestly. Aerodynamics would just give us a bunch of garbage we don't need. Landing would give us the landing struts, which are a pretty big step up from the little micro struts. Advanced flight control gives us, I mean, like RCS and the big reaction wheel or the larger reaction wheel. Space exploration we looked at, that doesn't really gel with what we need right now. Keep in mind we can't actually afford any of this column until we upgrade the R&D. And electrics would give us solar panels, which could be good, I guess, depending on, because this is 0.005 tons. These are 0. Oh, they're the same. All right, well, we're probably better off just bringing like an extra battery then. All right, well, let's see what we can build with what we've got. And actually, I'm gonna head over to the simulation mode, and we're gonna take a look because we did a Mun landing craft in simulation mode that worked pretty darn well. I want to see if we can recreate that. Oh, so all the buildings fully upgraded. It's a beautiful sight. Okay. So this was what, the lander test? The Inspector Mark 1. Yeah, this thing was... What the... Why is it so off-center? What? Oh, I remember. Okay. Because this design actually is more structurally sound. Or, like, from a maneuverability perspective, it's better. I believe we were able to get this thing to the Mun. So let's take a look here. So this is 2 of these guys. We could, if we upgrade our fuel system, we'd free up a lot of space, because we could, this could stay the same. Then we could have one big, like the TL800, and then 2.5, so 2 TL800s and a 400. And then we could still stick with the boosters. All right, you know what? Let's fly this thing. I want to see how she handles, because if I can do it in simulation, I should be able to do it in real life. Although, we'll see about that. So guys, I was playing Oxygen Not Included all day. I know I keep talking about this game and then not showing it. I got myself into a bit of a pickle with sending a dupe via rocket using the Trailblazer modules to a planet for the first time. And I know we had that issue when I streamed it, right? Like I sent the dupe and then they like all died because they had no air. And I was like, oh, right, dupes need to breathe. The oxygen was not included, I guess. It was close. Like I had to like change his schedule to work around the clock. I was like, I need you to build this rocket landing platform so you don't die. And then when he finished it and I landed that rocket and he got inside and like didn't die, I was so happy. But yeah, I'm gonna be a little more cautious in the future. I think using the rovers, I know people like shit on the rovers, but sending the rovers to like dig out a little base, even if it's not like a fully operational base, because I think they have a lot of limitations on what they can actually do. Oh shit. Fuck that up. Okay, let's try that again. Yeah, this is why we test. That was on me for not realizing the rocket, or the decoupler also turned on the no, what was on me? The engine was still on. I don't know why. I guess I got distracted talking about oxygen not included again. Anyway, so now I'm gonna do it again. And I think, yeah, sending the rover, although there are limitations on what they can actually dig out too. They can't dig certain materials, which is probably a little frustrating, but I think I can work around that limitation and just be like, I need you to dig a little hole, plan for like power systems, put down like an algae thingy, and then I can send because you can send, there's like a little mass driver thing, you can send packages to other planets, kind of like in RimWorld with the you guys know what I'm talking about. So you send a couple of those ahead of time. You send like some steel, you send some glass for solar panels. The rover can't build the rocket platform, or maybe not solar panels either, I don't know. So I think you send all that stuff ahead of time, and then when the time comes for your dupes to land, you have a whole little area set aside and they can just move in. Oh geez. All right, well, we know that stuff happens, and then you're good to go. All right. Yeah, this is a solid design. I'm a little like, the lander seems a little sus, but I know that we've landed with this thing before, so I'm not, I guess we'll test that out too while we're messing around, right? Shoot, let's just do the whole dang mission. But it's not like any... What, do you guys care? No, nobody cares. Nobody's saying anything. It's fine. Okay. There we go. We're just cruising. Getting up to... Oh, okay. Maybe not cruising just yet. Let's go a little higher. So that's my plan for the future. In oxygen not included, not in Kerbals. I don't know what the heck we're gonna do tonight. Hey, it's Zatstone. Hey man, to you too. Welcome to attempt number 5. This is actually, this isn't the speedrun. This is a simulation. We are testing out this design, which I know works because we tested it before, but I want to get reacquainted with it. How am I? I am okay. I have tomorrow off, of course, because it's Thanksgiving. I'm gonna eat some turkey. I'm gonna eat some stuffing. I'm gonna eat in moderation. I have to remember the DONT system. What do we do when we see food that we shouldn't eat? Step 1, D. Step 2 through 4, ONT. Do those things and you will not eat junk food. I used to think, I was thinking about this today, about like being healthy and in shape and all that stuff. And I still believe this, it's just now I have to be the one that does it. That I need someone to like kick my butt every day. Don't eat anything bigger than your head. Hey, I didn't say that. Sometimes that turkey, there's just so much turkey, it's bigger than your head and you just want to eat it. But what was I saying? Distracted me, Hex. Why do you do that? Come in here. You guys buy beans at the most inopportune times. I have to eat them. They taste like barf. So I used to think that I needed someone to kick my butt about working out, eating healthy. Someone that'd be like, dude, are you eating, you're having more cake? Didn't you just have some yesterday? Or like, hey man, we're going to the gym. I don't have anyone like that. Like none of my friends are fitness nuts or whatever you want to call them. So I guess I'm gonna have to be the one that does it to myself, which sucks, but because I don't want to be the bad guy. I want someone else to be the bad guy. I want to be the good guy who's like, oh, do we have to go today? I'm like, you know, I stayed up late watching Cockport last night. And they're like, no, dude, we're going to the gym. And I'll be like, okay. Instead, I gotta be the one who's like, all right, asshole, get up. We're going to the gym. Of course, I'm talking to myself, so now I sound like crazy. That's part of the grind. You're bulking, so the last thing you want is more food. Yeah, I've been bulking for several years now. Not an ideal situation. I guess it is semi-beneficial to be like overweight, kind of, in the sense that one, it gives me more weight for body weight exercises. So like a push-up's way harder when you're 220 pounds versus like 160 pounds, right? And secondly, because you need like mass on your body to burn. If you have no mass to burn, your body's gonna like start eating your muscle or something. I don't know. I'm not a fitness guy. Don't ask me. So this was like a terrible launch. We're gonna have to probably do a slightly better ascent in the real thing. So you're 6'3", 209. You were 100. See, yeah, you're under me in both of those, and I'm shorter than you. So yeah, no, I am definitely fatter than I would like to be, and I think most Americans. In fact, I know for a fact most Americans are fatter than they should be because the CDC puts out statistics for it. And it's like, hey, 60% of Americans are obese. And I'm like, oh, no. But why, though? And then I have to think, well, why am I fat? I don't know, because I have like a shitload of food just sitting around the house, and then I get hungry, and I'm like, hey, I'm gonna have like 6 candy bars and like a bag of chips, and then I'm still hungry, so then I have a big dinner. And it sucks. What the heck going on with this camera, man? Oh, I think I see what's going on here. Yeah, that makes sense. All right, well, let's give it a little bit of a boost. Let's get the periapsis up a bit. If you keep cutting when not having enough body fat, your muscle... Yeah, that's what I was thinking. So fortunately, I am already in a position where I'm fat. So one of the things I'm trying to do is like not eat junk. So that's the main purpose of the DONT system. It's like somebody brought in donuts to work. Do I have a donut? No. Do not have a donut. Don't have a cookie. Don't have a cake. Don't have a candy bar. Eat. I guess if I have to have something like fruit, which again, we've talked about how much I hate fruit. Basically every single fruit. McMathy's got a little pigman emote too. I saw you, McMathy. Also, I assume that's you in the Discord who joined. Emmykins wanted to know, and I'm like, I'm pretty sure that's just McMathy. Do not have donut, but do have nut. Well, not during No Nut November. I haven't had any nuts. At least I don't think I had peanut butter. No, wait, peanut butter is not a nut. It's a legume, which is just a bean. Peanuts are beans. I'm sure I had something with nuts in it. That's what No Nut November's about, right, chat? Okay. So once this is in orbit, then we can go to the Mun. And then once we're in orbit around the Mun, we can land on the Mun. And then we come back, I guess, is the main thing. So as long as we can get into a collision course with the Mun and then still have this full upstairs tank available. So as I do this, I let myself have one guilty pleasure a day. Like today I had one Oreo cookie. See, I am in a position where I should not have any Oreo cookies. I've already had too many Oreo cookies, and now I have to pay for it. If I was in a position where like I go to the gym regularly and I'm meeting my weight loss goals, sure, maybe I have an Oreo. But this is, I think it's like being an alcoholic, kind of, except I have to eat or I'll die. It kind of sucks, right? Like, oh, I'm addicted to eating food, but I still have to eat food because I'll die if I don't. It's not like, you know, I can just stop drinking alcohol. Although you can die from that too. Bad example. I don't know, like gaming. People think gaming is addictive, right? That's not true. I can quit anytime I want. I don't know what I would do instead of gaming. Like go outside, touch grass, pick up a football. No, that's never been my thing. I used to play with Legos. Legos are cool. They're expensive as hell though. So I don't have any now. I guess I could read a book. Oh, reading's so boring though. It's like, wow, the book just goes in one direction. I have no control over the plot unless it's a choose your own adventure book. But those are also kind of linear too. It's like reading a visual novel, which you guys know my feelings on visual novels. All right, we can time warp here. Let's hurry up and get this over with. This is just a test, remember? We're not even doing the real mission yet. So that's where we're at today. I played Oxygen Not Included. Oh, you know what I had for lunch, chat? I had a Hawaiian delicacy, Spam fried rice, which is just like a really good, I mean, it's not great, like it's okay, probably not good for me either. Ah, man, why do we keep eating things that aren't good for me? Because they taste good. Why can't they make a food that tastes good and is also good for you? You know what I mean? Like, why is that so difficult? We've made other stuff. Like McDonald's somehow has the ability to like engineer their food to be as appealing to as many people as possible. But then I just ask for, I don't know, it doesn't even have to taste that good. It could just taste a little good. And then you eat it, and then it's good for your body. But instead, my options are, oh, I can eat fruit, which you guys know I don't like. I can eat vegetables, which are not very appetizing most of the time, unless they're like covered in things that aren't good for you. And then you have, I don't know, are cereals good for you? Like whole grain stuff? You can eat what is essentially cardboard. Don't change food, change your taste buds. There we go. Yeah, they need like some kind of drop you put on your tongue and it makes everything taste like delicious. But you're really eating, I don't know, something that's not typically considered delicious. That exists. Miracle Berry. That sounds like a spell from Dungeons and Dragons. No, wait, that's Good Berry. Okay. McMathy is saying this exists. We'll maybe we can take a look at that later. You know what I could do, chat? I could just eat a bean before I eat like a salad, and then the salad will taste good just via proximity to like a nasty bean. So kind of like how they tell like girls to stand next to uglier girls so they appear hotter. I put the salad next to a bean and it appears more appetizing. Actually, I don't have too many problems with salad these days. I used to really hate salad. Then I realized as long as it doesn't have like a few specific things in it, like those nasty cherry tomatoes, oh, gross. It's like, they're hard and like squishy, and then you bite into them and they like explode in your mouth. And I'm like, I don't want that. Are you crazy? Okay, so we get this down to like 30. Obviously, we're doing this with the convenience of patched conics here, but in the real game, we won't have that. Let's go ahead and set that. All right, take us there. Mercedes locks faster acceleration behind a $1,200 annual paywall. You wouldn't download a car. Yeah, that's a little sus. I wonder what the thought process is there. I mean, if you can afford a Mercedes, like, whatever, you can probably afford the extra thrust. I used to drive a manual transmission car before it exploded. So, you know, that wouldn't necessarily work on me. Although I don't know if I could even find a manual transmission that's not like a crazy sports car at this point in, I don't know, in my life, in this economy, with technology being what it is. I gotta get something with a big touchscreen. And it's going to be like, you don't have to shift. You don't even have to drive. It just drives itself. It drives itself right into a bunch of preschoolers crossing the street. And then you're liable, despite the fact you had no control over the car. All right, we're here. Let's go. Just going to cruise up to periapsis. Come on. We also want to keep an eye on the time that it takes to do this. We don't want it to take more than 5 days, ideally. There we go. Go ahead and do a thing. We're not yet at nap driving level. Man, I was promised self-driving cars when I was like 8. I had this book that was all about future technology, and they were talking about cars where like the seats go all the way back so you can take a nap, or like the front seats turn around and it's like a little a little hangout area with the people in the back. It's like a table, and you're just chilling while the car drives itself. I'm like, man, that would be so nice, because I hate road trips. I hate driving. I hate driving and I hate riding in cars. So I cannot win. Like, I guess I would rather drive than just ride. I just would ideally not do either. Hi, Amykins. We were just been bitching for like the past 30 minutes. You didn't miss much. And we're gonna land in this crater. Let's go. I wonder what the copyright implications would be if I made like a GIF of my vessel orbiting around something and then played that "You Spin Me Right Round" song. That I didn't not kill any Kerbals. This is in simulation mode, so we're kind of just testing out this craft right now. Trying to make sure it'll work. Yeah, okay, it works. Yeah, this is a solid design. I don't remember who threw this design out in chat. Somebody was like, hey, move one of the fuel tanks from the bottom to the middle. If you're here, feel free to like let yourself be known. I will give you props for that. You have full credit for the design of this thing. All right, now we're gonna go. We're already retrograde. We don't need to change anything. So my microphone on my headset is on despite the fact it's not hooked up to anything. Turn that off so it's not distracting. Oh. Here we go. Nice and oriented. Let's turn on, I guess, ground mode. I don't know if that's called something specific, like radar altimeter. And screw it, let's just hurry up and land. I don't have time for this. All right. Somewhere around there will be good. If not, whatever. It's simulation. We can be a little more reckless. I don't like this. What is that? That's like, that would be a terrible place to try to land. Is that must be one of the reasons people suggest landing on Minmus first to like beginners, because there's the big flat ice sheets you can land on. The flats, they're called. Greater and lesser and etc, etc. Whereas the Mun is just like mountains and craters and good luck finding a nice flat spot to land. There's always going to be some kind of tilt. All right, so this is like a big cratered area you probably don't want to land. Although the center looks a little appealing. That's a very small target to hit though. And I guess that would be right here. All right, let's check it out. We're in simulation. We can experiment a little bit. Okay, now we're gonna drop the bottom section. Extend out the landing legs, and we're gonna try to land this thing. Again, this is in simulation. I don't have a little where maybe I could make something real quick. Hold on. Simulation mode. No. How do I? Ah, there it is. Cable's getting in the way. Sure. People do this, right? There you go. It's simulation mode, so nobody gets confused. Hopefully nobody got confused already, because I'm not changing it. All right, I guess we need to turn the engine on there, because we're kind of overshooting our target by like a lot. we're gonna just drop right on down. So I get, yeah, right here, this little flat-ish. Emmykins was confused? Okay. Well, now you shouldn't be. Nobody should be confused. I've cleared up all the confusion. You can take it up with my producer if you have additional problems with this stream. What was the email address I made up last time where you could send your complaints? Like gofuckyourself@gmail.com or something equally off-putting. We need to scooch over a bit here. Okay, yeah, that appears to be working. Something, okay, Emmykins remembers. Yeah, it was something like that. All right, here we come. That is not very flat at all, and there looks like something crashed into the surface. Let's turn that up a bit. Yeah, I think we determined if we need like 1200 in the tank to get home, or somewhere around there. It's not quite that much. I think because it's 860. No, it's not 860. It's like 860 total to get off the Mun and into orbit. Oh, this is kind of a nice place to land, actually. What the heck? Isn't terrible. I mean, it's still a little rough, but that's like the whole Mun. Yeah, we better crank up the speed there. Yeah, it's I guess we'll try to move to one of the lower places if we can. If I had RCS, this would be a lot easier. It's actually a game that I played. I'm sure there's multiple games like it where you're basically flying around a little capsule on the moon and it has RCS and everything, and you need to go hop from point to point. Oh, look, a Mun rock. Wow. So majestic. And I played it as a kid. I was so confused because I couldn't figure out how the heck it's supposed to work, because it's like you want to go forward. Oh, but like the forward thrusters are RCS, so they're like really slow. All right, this will have to do. So I'm like, well, how do I go forward then if I can't, you know, just push forward like in every other game? Oh, there's like physics and stuff. All right, that wasn't too bad. Yeah, this thing is surprisingly capable of hanging out on a incline like this. All right. Sorry about that. Sorry about what? You didn't do anything. Unless you made me crash my rocket. You're like speaking to me from the future. So we're going to go back to vehicle assembly. I think we've got the right idea. Let's double check the design here. So we have the top section. We're gonna go with what, one TL800 because this is two 400s. So yeah, 1-800. 1, 2, 3. Oh, I guess it's just 4 total. I thought it was 5. No, it is 5. It's right there. Okay. So let's try that out. Hey, what's happening? We're in simulation mode, although we're switching over to the actual speedrun attempt now. We were just designing or making sure that the fundamentals of our Lunar lander are sound. So here we go. We're going into the real game now. Speedrun attempt number 5. We're going to attempt to land on the Mun with no tracking station. We can't even do surface samples yet because that costs like 100,000. It costs like $1 million bucks. Do we? Okay, this is 90. That's gonna set us back a lot of science. But the increased size of the fuel tanks and the fuel ducts are gonna be huge. I think we grab that. Then, oh, do we go for command? If we, oh, we can't, no, because we need to upgrade the R&D, so it wouldn't matter. Getting the lander can could be good though. The issue with the lander can is I don't know how good it's going to be getting back into the atmosphere. We'd be better off just upgrading to the Mark II command pod. But that would require us to also get, so yeah, that would be 180 plus 45. That would be 225. So we wouldn't have enough. I don't think there's any other experiments we can get. The EVA experiments kit could be worth it. But I don't know if you need a scientist for that or what. Everybody's making dinner tonight. Hope you guys are having a good dinner. I had I unfortunately had to have brat dogs and tater tots, which is like fine. Makes me feel like I'm like 6 years old when I eat it. But it tastes okay, I guess. So tracking station upgrade is going to be 300,000. Vehicle assembly building is 450,000, but I think we can get by with the 30 part count limit right now. So let's just design a fresh one from scratch. This is going to be, I don't think we have an inspector design. We do have an inspector design. Oh, well, there you go. We've already kind of got it. Oh, we just need to get into orbit anyway. We're not even landing. Damn it. All right, well, whatever. Let's work on it. Let's make the Mark II. So we determined it did not have the Science Junior. I don't know how much mass that's going to add, so we should probably be a little careful about that. It's 0.2 tons. It's your fourth dinner. You're 100 calories away from being done today. See, I need to start like keeping better track of my calories. Because like for breakfast, lunch, and dinner, I'll just eat whatever my wife makes. Whereas for like snacks, I'll be like, okay, how many calories are these crackers? Oh, I can have 6 crackers and it's like 8,000 calories or whatever. Something ridiculous. Every time I look at calories, I'm like, I can have 1/4 of this Snickers bar and that is 90% of my daily recommended value of fat. Obviously that's probably a bit of an exaggeration, but that's how it feels sometimes when I eat these things. It's like, okay, what can I eat? Oh, nothing. Okay, that makes sense. All right, so something like that. Plus, I think we swap out the goo, because I think we've already got all the goo we can get, for some extra batteries. Well, actually, just one battery will probably be sufficient. Just slap one on there. The nice thing about batteries is they don't actually stick out, or they do, like, kind of, but they add their mass. They don't throw off your mass. You heard oatmeal's good for hunger because of the fiber. Yeah, try telling my work body that, because I have oatmeal every day at work and I'm still starving by like 11 o'clock. All right, next up, we buy the TL800. Boop, boop, put that up. Then we throw a Terrier on there. Yep, so far so good. Then we throw that on there, followed by a 400 and 2 800s. Don't worry, we'll do it this way. It looks a little bit better. Change this to white. Then add on the ever important swivel. Very important. Also, Sartari is here. I saw you said brat. Yeah, it's not quite a brat. It's not quite a hot dog. I call them brat dogs. I don't know what the heck they really are. I'm sure Emmykins can elaborate a little better because she made them. I want some boosters. These are the right boosters, right? Or we're using different boosters on the other rocket. These seem like kind of small. Okay, we're up to 25. We can throw bones on. Maybe we just do 4. That's what we were doing before. Run 4 booster rockets. Oh, now we're over the part count. Okay. If we had to remove one thing from this, I think it would be the battery. We haven't needed batteries yet, so let's drop the battery here. Also, we have a bunch of garbage we don't need. All right, so this is just a beefed up version of the previous design. And the goal is to get us situated for a Mun landing at some point. Ooh, hummus. Okay, I missed the hummus part. I like hummus. The problem is, like, what are you putting it on? And that's probably not going to be good for you. Or it's not going to taste good in the case of, like, celery. Shit, I don't know if you know this, but celery isn't, like, good. Also, I think these are too big. We need that one and this one, I think, is what we had. Yeah, that seems reasonable. All right, in a vacuum, what are we looking at here? 1,800, perfect. That's plenty. So this baby cost us 17,000 Kerbucks. We're bringing home 3,000 of that, so 14,000. Celery is amazing on its own. Well, we're gonna have to disagree on that one. I've never eaten celery and been like, this celery sure does taste good. It's more of like, why did they put celery in this? It adds nothing except making whatever it is taste like dirty water. Okay. And adding crunch to things that should not be crunchy. I should not be eating a soup and then I like bite into something crunchy. See, Sartari likes it in soups. I don't like it in soups because then I bite into it and I'm like, I'm trying to eat a damn soup. Now it's crunchy. Now I'm wondering, like, what else is in this soup that I'm gonna bite into? It's a texture thing, I guess. I don't know. All right, so this is our design. Can it get us off the ground? Yes. I'm a little concerned about the 1.03 thrust to weight, but I think we can work around that. How does it look at altitude? We assume we get up to like 20. All right, that's much better. Followed by, oh, because this is a Terrier, right? We drop that, switch to that. Okay, let's give it a go here. Jeb, you're up. You're taking us back to the Mun with a beefed up design. You're gonna get us some orbital science, of course, and then we're gonna bring it back. Cooking celery is heresy. Raw is the only way to eat it. See, this is like some kind of church disagreement. Like, I'm in the camp of no celery ever. Satari is saying I want it cooked. Hex is saying just eat it raw. I'm sure someone's gonna come in and be like, no, you're all wrong. The only way to eat celery is to shove it directly up your ass and digest it that way. It's the celery suppository. And then I guess we can all make fun of that person because, you know, they're obviously insane. The only thing you should be shoving up your ass is like a beer bong or whatever they do to do that. I don't know. I went to college, but it was after I was in the army, so I was like the old man in all my classes. I didn't exactly get invited to frat parties. Celery adds a peppery flavor without the spice. And maybe that's my problem. I don't like pepper. But here we go. Jebediah going back to the Mun. This one's for all the marbles. Here we go. All right, well, it takes off at least. We really got to keep an eye on all of our readouts here. It's very important. So the main thing is we need to get as high as possible when our Terrier kicks in, because otherwise we're not going to have enough thrust to weight to actually make it. So we're just going to go straight up for like, I don't know, a while. You get roasted red pepper hummus. I've mentioned before many times, I do not like peppers. I don't like bell peppers. I guess I can, for chili peppers, I can like take them or leave them. I can't really eat spicy food because it's too spicy for me. Even like black pepper, which I realize is a completely different spice. It's like a totally different plant. I'm never like happy when that's just added to something. And I don't know if this is because I'm white or whatever. I like bland foods. All right, we'll go full throttle here. Or if I have like weird taste buds that got screwed up when I was a kid because I drank too much Kool-Aid. I don't know. But I don't like spicy food. I don't like spicy food. I don't like peppers. I obviously don't like celery. I like pita chips and hummus. Let's not get it twisted here. I just usually get like a garlicky hummus or just like a plain hummus. I've also had baba ganoush with pita, which is a very different, but at the same time extremely similar to hummus type food. My issue with spicy foods is it kills my taste buds. Instead, everything tastes like cardboard afterwards. Yeah. That's another thing. I didn't even eat the whole thing. There were some chicken wings. They were boneless wings, so they're just chicken nuggets. They're from Buffalo Wild Wings. They were in the fridge. They were like the crazy spicy ones. I don't know. Maybe not the highest one, but like somewhere up in that area. And I'm like, oh, I'll just like have some of these because I was hungry and I wanted a snack. I like partially bit into one and then like spit it out and had to like wash out my mouth. Someone told me that pineapple jalapeno hummus is good. That could be okay. Not my favorite. I remember when I was a kid, like the entire rest of my family would eat stuff like pepper jack cheese and pepper jelly, which, oh boy. One time I made a peanut butter and jelly sandwich with what I thought was regular jelly. It turned out it was pepper jelly. And guys, that does not make a good sandwich. Well, at least it doesn't for me. Maybe it does for somebody. So it was kind of like the time that I thought buttermilk could be used as a substitute for milk when making cereal. Turns out buttermilk is not... I don't know what buttermilk is. Oh, we're going down. Damn it. It's like spoiled milk almost. I don't know what the heck it is. But I put it on my cereal thinking, oh, well, we're out of milk. I can just use this. Probably should have tasted some first. You had some haunted ghost pepper chips. Oh no. Don't they have like warnings on those things? They're like, warning, do not eat if you are pregnant or could become pregnant, etc., etc. Is this thing gonna actually get us to orbit? Oh, God, screw this up again. This keeps happening. Jebediah is so disappointed in me. I'm sorry, Jeb. I'm trying here. Without the readouts, it's kind of hard to tell exactly what I need to be doing. Buttermilk is fermented milk. Well, there you go. I put that on. Do not put that on your cereal. It will not taste good. I don't know why we even had buttermilk in the house. I guess because my mom was gonna cook something with it. Good for baking, not for eating. All right, come on, Jebediah, you can do this. You got it. We're almost there. Hey, there's Cat, everybody. He's come to block the screen. It's not a good time, buddy. I really need to... Okay. All right, what do you need? Buttermilk makes great cornbread or biscuits. Hey, come on. What are you doing? Trying to stream here. You guys want to see Cat? You can probably kind of see him like at the corner of the screen. All right, I'm sorry, there's no room up here for you to lay down right now because, okay, I can move the tablet, I guess. All right. He's gonna lay down on the desk. You guys can't see him, but just know that he's here. He wants everybody to know that he's here. I gotta finish this burn before I die. Oh, we're going up again. Ah, oh, thank goodness. Okay, we did it. And hey, we have plenty of Delta V left too. That's pretty good. That's a nice cat, I could tell. He isn't. He's a good cat. All right, YouTube? Yes, I do want to watch. Thanks for asking. Happy Thanksgiving, Vulcan Rider. Apparently it's Thicksgiving. I was asking that at the beginning of the stream. I saw a hashtag that was trending on Twitter called Thicksgiving with 2 C's. And I was like, I don't know what Thicksgiving is. I'm sure somebody in chat will know. I'll just ask them. Because I didn't want to click on it. So somebody wants to check that out and then report back. Maybe it's something cool. Yeah, we have Cat here. Oh, he's purring now. What's the thing we're checking out? It's called Thicksgiving. It was trending on Twitter, and I didn't want to click on it for fear of it being something weird. So, yeah, if anybody has a Twitter, if Twitter is still up, I guess it was when I posted. It is. Yeah, I know what thick means in slang. That's one of the reasons I didn't want to click on it. I'm wondering why something is called Thicksgiving. You're worried? Yes, I'll see anthro turkeys. It's like a furry Thanksgiving thing. Maybe. We can only hope. That would certainly be interesting. Embrace the weird. You guys want me to just check it out? Apparently Beyonce used it in Instagram. Why? Because people tend to overeat. That's why they call it Thicksgiving. But today is Thanksgiving. Tomorrow is Thanksgiving. We're trying to figure out why there's something called Thicksgiving the night before Thanksgiving. It's not like Christmas where you get to open some of your presents the night before. Like, there are 2 pumpkin pies sitting in the kitchen. I can't have those until tomorrow, even though they smell really good. I think they're still in there. Pretty sure they were when I came upstairs. Apparently Beyonce disagrees. Oh, well, all right. Doesn't mean anything special. All right, well, thanks for checking it out, Rilip. I was hoping it was something cool, but I guess just something stupid. Whoa, hey, don't roll over onto the F keys, buddy. He doesn't quite understand how the keyboard works. He just thinks it's like added texture for his napping place. I have to like hold him back from rolling right onto the keyboard and like mashing all the keys. Now he's giving his head a bath. Okay, that's cool. Wish I could show you guys, but maybe I can. Hold on. Let me get into orbit first, and then maybe we can give him a little cameo here. Keyboard Devastator. Well, not while I'm around. I keep a close eye on him when he's up here. Okay. We're gonna burn. Cat, hit spacebar. Luckily, he's at the top of the keyboard, so he's not gonna be able to hit spacebar unless he like jumps up, lands on my hand, forcing my thumb to hit spacebar. At which point, I wish we had the option to revert. I don't know, is that something that's happened to NASA? Like a cat jumped on the keyboard of like a rover mission or something and caused the whole thing to go wrong? What is this? Is this Kirby? Maybe this is Kirby, I don't know. A little bit more. Okay, we're in orbit. So there we go. So give me a second, guys. I'm going to attempt to aim the camera at Cat so you guys can get a good look at him. Although this is gonna screw up the whole thing I've got going on. All right, here he is. So here's Cat. There he is, guys. His name is Cat. He's named after the cat from Breakfast at Tiffany's. Don't roll on the keyboard. And he's a good boy. Wait, hold on. They implemented extra safety protocols when people went and worked from home. Oh boy. Yeah, he's I don't know that he's that big of a cat. He's like a regular sized cat. Yeah, he probably just looks bigger because of the way he's laying. Cat, quit hitting the monitor. So here he is. This is Cat. We're gonna now you guys know what he looks like. I'm going to attempt to reorient the camera so it can actually function properly. Look how he pushes against the monitor. Yeah, I don't, again, he doesn't know what he's doing, but I have to prevent him from doing it. So I guess it's like a, oh no, the camera, it's going everywhere. Oh wait, okay, I think I got it. It's close enough. Okay. So here we are, we're back in the game. Welcome Rider says, my dog jumps up on the back of my chair and sleeps while I work like a big fuzzy headrest. It must be a relatively small dog then. It's pretty cool. He also does sometimes try to get on my lap, which is, depending on what I'm trying to do on the computer, can be more or less fun. Whoa, hey, don't roll over. Stay right there. You're good. You're good. You're good. Okay, let's do some math here. Let me get out my calculator, which is now behind the tablet. Okay, so we have 1,228. We need to go about 860. It's gonna put us with 368 remaining. So let's make sure everything looks good. It does. So as soon as the mun comes around the horizon, we're gonna burn until we have 368. Delta V left. Then we'll stop, and then we'll have to reorient ourselves at some point. So how's everybody doing tonight on this most wonderful of Thanksgivings? It's Thanksgiving Eve. Most people are probably, I mean, if you're in the US, obviously, if you're outside the US, I don't know what the heck you're doing. It's probably just another day. A lot of people in the US, though, they take Thanksgiving very seriously. Something we learned after watching Planes, Trains, and Automobiles. If it was me in that situation, I simply would have not gone home for Thanksgiving in a rush. I would have been like, I'll get there tomorrow or whatever. Like, what's the rush, you know? How do you say Thanksgiving in Kerbal? Atari's good? All right. I suppose if you're on the road or like on a plane or whatever, heading home for the holidays, then probably not watching my stream. Or if you're already at home, you're probably spending time with your loved ones instead of watching me stream Kerbal Space Program again. You can do that anytime. In fact, at the rate we're going, you're not going to miss much because we're just going to have to restart again. All right, let's start the burn. So we're going down to 368. Let's watch the map. We got that going for us, which is good. Starshard is actually a Kerbal translator, something like that. I've just listened to a lot of their conversations. Whoa, hey, don't roll over. That's bad time. Holy moly. I don't know. The only one I know is, I guess F12 would turn something on. I don't know what the rest of them do. There's no quick save or quick load, fortunately. Whoa, don't. You're blocking the Delta V readout. Stop it. Okay, here we go. I've got one hand on the keyboard and one hand on Cat to prevent him from like, flailing around. I'm gonna move him after this, I think. All right, 368 we're going for. 5. Nope, still on 5. 4. Is there a sleep button on the keyboard? Not on this one, though. I think we're good there. That would be bad, though. And 3. Boom. Little over. but that's okay, because we still have the full 1895 remaining in the upper stage. We're going to use this one. We're going to try to crash the debris into Mun. Okay, Cat, I'm going to leave you there for now. But if you're going to keep flailing around, I'm going to have to move you. Okay, there you go. Keep your paws to yourself. All right, time to put on a little time warp. Chicken bacon ranch. Ooh. Pizza? I was gonna say, you guys remember, well, I can actually just show this on stream because it's a commercial, so I'm not gonna get flagged. Who knows, maybe I will. So Burger King had this sandwich, and it had a very interesting set of commercials, which I am now going to show for you. Oh wow, the SD quality is awful. But here we go. This is a 30-second ad for Burger King's Tender Crisp Bacon Cheddar Ranch. I think it's a chicken sandwich. It's a chicken sandwich. Oh no, it's the picture of me as a cribble again. The most cursed image. So here we are.
I love the tender crisp bacon cheddar ranch, the best they grow.
Wait, hold on. This isn't the full one. Hold on. This is only part of it. Give me a second, chat. Give me 1 second to get the full commercial. You need the full experience. Okay, I guess I have to grab the one from 2005. Oh god. The quality is... Oh, stop it. Okay, here we go.
When my belly starts a rumbling and I'm jonesing for a treat, I close my eyes for a big surprise. The tender crisp bacon.
And yes, that is Darius Rucker.
I love the tender crisp bacon cheddar ranch, the best they grow on trees.
Look at the quality. It is not Twitch. This is the actual quality of the video.
There's tumbleweeds of bacon and cheddar paves the streets. Folks don't front you cause you got the juice. There's a train of ladies coming with a nice caboose.
Nothing at Burger King tastes this good. They're selling this purely on the commercial alone. This sandwich doesn't even exist. It's not a real ad.
Red onions make you laugh instead, and French fries grow like weeds. You get the veg all day, all the lotto tickets paid. There's a king who wants you to have it your way. That's the tender crisp bacon cheddar ranch.
There you go. That's the tender crisp bacon cheddar ranch, and I think about that commercial so often, it's ridiculous. Okay, we're back to the game now. Also, I need the music back on. Listen, you guys don't like ads on Twitch? Just get Twitch Turbo. I realize I'm asking you to pay money to Amazon, but you know, ads are just that's how the internet functions. There's nothing I would want to eat a burger. That's what I'm saying. They like the commercial itself makes it sound like the greatest food ever, and then you go there and it's just like a soggy chicken patty on a crappy bun with like they squirt some of the sauce on there, the bacon cheddar ranch. But anyway, I made an actual like homemade bacon cheddar ranch chicken sandwich at home. That was pretty good. All right, yeah, put your paws down. All right, well, I don't know. Burger King's fries are not great. Good morning from France. Is it morning in France? I guess it's like super late. Well, hey, good evening from the United States of America. Hope you guys are having an awesome non-Thanksgiving. Or maybe it's like Halloween. Halloween's not an American holiday, but I don't know. It feels like holidays spread to other countries if people watch them in like movies and stuff. Like, hey, how come we don't have Halloween here? Let's do Halloween. Or, I don't know. It's night in France. Okay. I was gonna say, I'm sure it's like probably 1 in the morning or something. Because I know Urban Venture, who pops in here, he lives in the UK, and he's always like, I'm up late watching your stream. And I'm like, shouldn't you be in bed? All right, let's get that intersect. Hopefully we get it. I mean, we should. We did the math. All right, I'm gonna... Hey, oh my God, Urban's in here. He's listening. Dude, I was just about to go on a rant about Urban Venture, but now that I see he's here, I will not. Guys, if you want like actual good Kerbal Space Program content, I don't know if I can recommend any Twitch streamers, but if you're looking for comprehensive content, Urban Venture has got the hookup with that, because he is stretching his career mode playthrough so thin you can see through it. Which is, he's gonna have to keep stretching it, because KSP 2 is looking like it's gonna be very bare bones on release. Wait, are you asking me if I know anything about Blender's new 2D interface? Because I don't know anything about Blender to begin with. The closest thing I do to 3D modeling is... Hang on, there's a joke in here. Guys, help me out with this. The closest thing I do to 3D modeling is when I go to the local art school and they pay me $50. Something like that. We can workshop this joke. Or Arpeggiator, were you setting up a joke because Blender is a 3D modeler? Being a 3D model. Saw someone make a video game by generating AI art. That is definitely something that I am like somewhat interested in. Like taking because I'm not an artist. Well, you guys have seen my art. It's like the closest thing that I've done to original art is the Kurther image, which is just me doing a physical mashup of a Kirby and Scyther image that I borrowed from Google. The Pigman, which is just a colored in version of an image from a website, and then Star Chad, which is just handsome Squidward traced over by me. It was a point and click adventure, but with AI art. Isn't that's kind of like AI Dungeon, where like in AI Dungeon you type out what you want to do, like an old school text parser, and then it kind of runs it through you like a dungeon master. All right, are we gonna get this capture? Urban, when was the last time you did a MUN mission without patched conics? It's probably been a while, huh? If ever. Because we have had to do quite a few of these. This is our second one, just this playthrough alone. It's starting to get a little ridiculous, if you ask me. Come on. Come on. Also, for everybody who is interested, I guess, me and Emmykins and possibly an alien next month sometime, which is coming up fast, which is why I'm bringing it up now, we're going to be watching another movie on stream. I'm not going to spoil what the movie is just yet. So last time we watched Night of the Living Dead. This time we're going to watch a more Christmas themed film. And I know Emmykins has expressed interest in doing like a Discord movie night, which is kind of cool, I guess. Like if people are interested in watching that. And like we'll do commentary in there just because, you know, copyright stuff. But the movie that I want to watch on stream should be safe from that kind of stuff. So I'm just throwing that out there. If you have not been here for the movie nights, they are a hoot. You get to, one, watch a movie, kind of, because we're going to be talking over most of it. And 2, you get to listen to us riff on the movie. And sometimes it's funny. And 3, you get to hang out, which is always a good time. All right, we got to get captured at some point here, right? Getting a little bit silly. Come on. We didn't overshoot it, did we? No, we got to get captured. Also, we're up to almost 1 day on this mission. You used to love Mystery Science Theater 3000. Yeah, we're not quite at that level. We're not that funny, but we do bring our own unique personalities to the watching experience, which some people might say is enjoyable. All right, Kat, we're gonna have to put a stop to this because you keep knocking stuff over. All right, hold on, chat. I gotta move Kat. Come on. Flopping down. Come on, let go. Get up. Come on. Here we go. Say goodbye. Okay. Yeah, we're like Statler and Waldorf. It was bad. It was awful. I hated it. People pay to watch this? Yeah, something like that. All right, well, we're gonna get captured at some point, hopefully. I just am not like super satisfied with the amount of time this is taking. Did we overshoot? Maybe we'll get it on the way back. But again, we were trying to limit this to under... Okay, there we go. We got it. All right, so first thing we need to do... Okay, we've already turned down our time warp. We want to burn... in towards the planet, I believe. We also need to be watching our electricity use because we don't have any generators. So we need to get our periapsis inside the planet so we can ditch this stage. That's going to be part of this. Also, we're coming in a retrograde orbit, which isn't ideal, but it should be okay. I would also like to, if possible, straighten out our orbit. So that would require us to burn... Probably not right now. There's 2 K-pop albums that come out next week that you're excited for. Oh boy. More K-pop being brought into my house. She keeps doing it, guys. She keeps bringing her K-pop, her devil music into my house. Uh-oh. Cat's crying now. I don't think he's happy that I moved him. He's probably gonna go grab his pillow. All right, if I had to guess, it's probably gonna be BTS and Red Velvet. So if you're familiar with... Oh, he's bringing his pillow over here by the desk. Cat, that's adorable. Guys, you're missing it. You might be able to hear him though. So he has this little pillow that he carries around. It's like a good... It's like maybe like a foot across and like... Yeah, it's like a smallish pillow, small enough for a cat to like carry around in his mouth and take places. And so when he's carrying, yeah, my cat. So when he's carrying this little pillow around, it's a little heart-shaped pillow. He got it when we first got him, or sometime around when we first got him, or maybe it's more recent. I don't know. Emmy can tell you. And so he carries it around and he will take it up and down the stairs. It's like his favorite toy. Although he'll sometimes try to use it to bury his food, which, I don't know. If I had a favorite toy, I wouldn't be doing that with it. All right, yeah, I said I was gonna do this, what didn't I? I think it's kind of like it's like a security blanket for him. He just likes to have it. All right, so there we go. Yep, so we're on collision course. Now we're gonna switch to prograde. We're gonna drop this, let it collide with the mun. Actually, let's do a materials study. Okay, yeah, we don't want we want the one closer. Let's get our periapsis up. Ooh. Yeah, I'm not super excited about being down to almost half charge. We're gonna have to be very judicious with the rest of our charge. We'll go to like 25 kilometers here. Gonna be a very interesting situation. I think we've already got the pressure data. Yeah, already got that. Already got that. Okay, so here we go. We're gonna head towards periapsis. Yeah, that's gonna collide with the surface. That is good. Okay, yeah. I told everybody about you and Mr. Pillow. We call him Mr. Pillow. We just kind of, the name kind of stuck. But that's the pillow that he carries around. Oh, and our Arpeggio Turtle wants to know, just one cat. Yes, just one cat. I don't know that I'd want more than one cat. This one's enough of a handful as it is. I can't imagine them like fighting and like getting all territorial, like being jerks to each other, or like knocking stuff over, or like run around the house in the middle of the night. Cat's great because he'll like sleep at night. He like goes to bed when we go to bed. He has like a little, I mean, it was a body pillow at one point, but we turned it into a cat bed because, I don't know, he liked laying on it, I guess. So now, I guess he knows that when it's time for bed, it's time for bed, and then he doesn't like bother anybody until the morning when he comes to wake me up sometimes. So, okay, periapsis is 25. So once we get in a little bit closer here, and we're at kind of a weird angled orbit, but hopefully we can gather a bunch of EVA reports from above all the different biomes that we can get. Obviously, we would like to get all the craters, maybe the canyons. I think there's twin craters that we can't quite see because it's too dark, but we're going to be passing over them shortly here. All right, so yeah, Emmykins is explaining. We got the pillow for him shortly after we got him. He actually just had his birthday. I guess this last week on Saturday, maybe? I think it was Saturday. That's how bad my memory is. Can't even remember what I had over the weekend. So he just gets tuna, and then I have to eat tuna casserole, which is fine. I don't mind tuna casserole, but it's just weird because like I don't have to have tuna. He can have tuna and I can have something else, but I have tuna casserole anyway. I guess because he doesn't need a whole thing of tuna. Okay, we're orbiting the mun now. Good. We got that one. We have entered orbit of the mun. Okay, yeah, let's slow it down even more. We want to get our apoapsis down nice and low so we can get all the juicy science while we're up here. Again, also keeping an eye on electric charge, very important. And a little more. All right, close enough. All right, so let's do some science. Yeah, science. So this is going to be 45, which is great. I believe we already got all these. So it's mostly, yeah, we already got a bunch of all the crew reports and stuff. So this is just going to be EVA reports. We don't need the Midlands. Collect data, yep, that's fine. So the twin craters, okay, here, this is one of the twin craters, I believe. You can zoom like way out, you can see there's like a little crater up here and then a bigger crater. Whether we're gonna pass over that, it looks like we're kind of at a wonky angle, so maybe we can fix that. All right, get back in. All right, I'm gonna see if I have this correct. Yeah, we want to point down. We can take a little bit of our extra delta V and turn that into us going the way we want. Yes, yes. It's perfect. Okay, that should get us going over the upper twin crater probably. This is a speed run, yes. Not a speed run like I'm trying to do everything real time is super fast. I am trying to do it in game time. So I guess my benchmark would be, can I unlock the whole tech tree in under 1 Kerbal year? So we're currently on day 5. And I would like to try to get everything before. Okay, there's the lowlands. Perfect. We already have the lowlands. Speed reporting. Sure, I guess. Lowland. Okay, come on. Get me over that juicy twin. There we go. Twin craters. Got it. All right. Now we're going to continue. We're going to go to our next one, which is going to... Why is it so dark? I turned the brightness up. Maybe it's not on the map view. Whatever. Now we're going to go over another crater, which maybe we can see while zoomed in. Yeah, there it is. Let's grab this one. Why is it so dark? Well, I know why it's physically dark. I'm just wondering why it's so dark in the game. Okay, there's the East Crater. All right, next up is gonna be, I guess, this one. And then we'll try to get the canyon. Which might actually require me to adjust my trajectory once again. Yeah, like right here maybe. Now we want to continue pointing down. Again, I am using up my electric charge. I'm trying to be very judicious with the use of it. That's going to be tough. Yeah, we want to get right over the crater. And that'll get us an extra bit of science, which will be super nice. Yeah, right there. Perfect. So we're going to grab this one. We're going to grab the canyon, and then we're going to grab this crater. I think that's all we can get without going like polar, which we're not going to do. Hydrate. Also, let me check the time here. Is it time, chat? It is almost time for You Laugh, You Lose. If you have a video that you think is going to make me laugh, you have about 10 minutes to submit it. In the Discord, there is the funny video submissions channel. So go ahead and submit it there, preferably on YouTube. And I will watch it, and if I laugh, I will eat a bean. And if nobody submits any videos, I don't have to eat a bean, which is super nice. Because if I get another barf bean, I'm just gonna barf. What are the rules on Twitch? Can you barf on Twitch, or do they like have a rule against that? I feel like they made a rule against farting. Like you can't fart on Twitch. But that might have just been like a urban legend. Okay. Farside Crater, yep. On to the next site. We're gonna grab the canyon. Look at that. I've actually landed in that canyon before. It is a pain in the butt. Because there's no flatlands in there. It's all just nasty canyon. All right, Jeb, hop out. What can you see? Report back. Midlands, we already have Midlands. Canyons, there we go. There's some other canyons too. This is just the easiest one to get, I think. Okay, and then over the next one, which is gonna be this big crater here. I think we're over it. So Jeb, hop out once again. Give me some info. East Farside Crater. Hop back in. And now it is time to set our trip to go home. So I want to say, if we're going this way, we want to actually burn here. So we want to go back around one more time. Yeah, we've got everything we need. We're just going to go ahead and loop around, which unfortunately is going to cut into our time here. That's going to take like an hour. That's fine. Yeah, we're like almost like 1.5 days into the mission so far. Warp to sunrise. No need. There will be very little, if any, warping to sunrise around here. So here comes our burn location. And we want to burn about, I don't know, like 200 maybe? Ready, steady, go. So like 1270 maybe. A little bit more. All right, guess more than that is necessary. We have to actually get out of our orbit. Chad, is this correct? Seems going a little. Yeah, because if I was going this way, I'd be launching. If I go this way, I'm shooting myself back to get out of the orbit. It's just so weird without patched conics. It's like hard to tell what I'm doing. I'll burn a little bit more here. We got the Delta V. We can handle this. Nothing wrong with a little extra boost. Okay. Go ahead and time warp. Also, chat, if anybody has any suggestions for the soundboard, I'm going to be going through the soundboard this weekend and swapping some stuff in, swapping some stuff out, like stuff that I never use, stuff that I thought I would use but then never did use. We're gonna be adding some new sounds, basically. All right, go faster. C is for cookie. Why would I put Cookie Monster on the soundboard? I mean, yeah, it's funny, but what is the use case for it? And that's the biggest issue that I have, is that I don't really have a use case for a lot of these. Like here, let's go through them real quick. So you guys know I have 9. Oh, the Whopper button, right? Emmykin's just suggesting that. So we have excellent.
Excellent!
Which I'm supposed to use when people like follow and stuff.
69, dudes!
That gets probably the most use. Just anytime 69 comes up.
Bogus.
I don't really use bogus very much. That's on the chopping block. This one I think just annoys people. And then I have these two. These are separate buttons, but they're basically just this.
I see you shiver with anticipation.
There you go. So that's two different buttons. Then we have, of course, this one, which also is available to play for channel points.
The waiting game sucks. Let's play Hungry Hungry Hippos.
I like that one. Like, that's a personal favorite of mine, just because I say now we play the waiting game a lot. Or at least I did when I added it on. And then lastly,
losing his mind. And I'm reaping all the benefits.
that's for when people sub or like throw bits or whatever. Because, you know, you have to be crazy to spend money on a tiny ass Twitch channel when you could go and subscribe to Germa or something and get absolutely no recognition at all. Wouldn't that be more fun? Your name will pop up on the screen for 2 seconds before it's immediately erased with the next person who subbed. Actually, I've never watched Germa. I don't know if that's how it works. That's just what I imagine, like, the big streamers are like. They don't even pay attention. They're not even looking at chat. They're doing their thing and trying to be funny, and just maybe if like a bunch of people say the same thing, it'll come up. There'll just be a wall of something. Bunch of emotes. There we go. Hey, that's not too bad. It's actually a really solid escape from Mun. Just gonna bring our periapsis down. If I had burned a little more there, granted I had no way of knowing, a little bit more burning there could have got us our periapsis even lower. A little bit more, come on. And I do have a heat shield. I made sure of that. Oh, wait, I think I have a heat shield. Do I have a heat shield? Okay, we have a heat shield. It's like, if I don't have a heat shield, I'm gonna have to use a bunch of Delta V to slow down. But fortunately I do, so we should be safe. I'm not wrong about the big channels. Okay, I didn't think I was. Like, I don't watch any when they're live. Like, sometimes I'll see highlights or whatever. And like, interaction with chat is minimal, which I guess it's just a logistical problem. When you have 10,000 people watching you, it's kind of difficult to actually interact with any one person. You kind of have to just ride the crowd. But that's one of the benefits of coming to a small Twitch channel. You get personalized attention. It's like a boutique. I'm a boutique Twitch channel. People show up. I say hi, how are you? How was your day? How's your pet? Or whatever. How's the carnivore diet going, Vulcan? Stuff like that. You get to know everybody. It's super nice. And you know, I don't know if I'll ever be a big Twitch streamer. If I am, I hope that atmosphere doesn't go away. I suppose it's kind of inevitable for people who get that big. But maybe I'll never get that big and it'll just be like this forever. What about something like for periapsis having a periscope up clip? See, that's, I don't know, maybe, I don't know. That seems really tangentially related. I think we're gonna go with the Whopper button at least. Every time we launch, I'll be like, all right, time to hit the Whopper button, chat. Tell the crew to push the Whopper button. Oh wait, that works perfectly. What the heck? Oh man. They usually have like 8 to 10 people they pay attention to and occasional random interaction with the rest. Okay, that's definitely something I've noticed. Like, if they have a group of regulars, that makes more sense. You can interact with those people directly, and then if you just have like people that show up, maybe if somebody has a funny name. All right, I did grab the science out of this, so we're good there. All right, let's get toasty. Double check, make sure we've got all the information we can get from there. Oh, upper atmosphere, we never got that one. Cool. Ooh, oh, the humanity, that could be good. I mean, I hate to put stuff on the soundboard just for when I fail, but I guess I've already kind of done that. So maybe that would work. Oh, the huge manatee. All right, this time I'm gonna pay attention until I know for sure the parachute's out, and then I'm gonna go.
They ask you how you are,
Oh
you
yeah,
just have to say
there
that
you
you're
go.
fine when you're not
Rilip,
really
that's
fine. You just
1/10
can't
of a
get into it because they
bean.
would
Have you
never
lost your
understand.
mind? You're never gonna get that beat. Do I have a sad trombone? I don't have any musical stings. I should probably get a musical sting on here at least. So when you think sad trombone is like wah 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 or womp womp, something like that. It's pretty far away. Okay, all right. I guess. Guys, listen, it's not that hard. All you have to do, have the channel open. You can have it muted. Just have it open in the background while you go do something fun. And then you'll get up all those points. You show up at the end of the stream. You spend 10,000. I eat a bean. Everybody calls you a hero. It's so nice. You're going to go make pies now. They're making you make the pies, Rilip? Oh, man. Emmykins made some pumpkin pies earlier today, and they smelled really good. She's also going to make a blueberry one. I requested a blueberry pie, even though this was before I started the DONT system. I'm going to have one slice of pie this year. I'm not going to go crazy like I always do and eat a whole pie to myself. That chute has been popped. I believe we are in the clear. Sadtrombone.com. How about Homer's S... I am so smart. I am so smart. SMRT. I mean SMART. Yeah, that was... Okay, so... Oh, Emmykins, you know I'm gonna laugh at that one. All right, all right. We'll watch Urban's first. I'm just looking at the Discord channel for the funny video submissions. So we're gonna watch Urban's, and then I guess if I don't laugh at that, I'll watch Potion Seller, and then I'll just break down laughing. Okay, okay. So let me grab this. Can I find like an easy sound clip? No. Here it is. This is 4 seconds. I think this should be it.
Tell the crew to push the Whopper button.
Okay, that's what I need. That's what I need. So I'll make sure I grab that at some point in the future. Add that. So for anybody who didn't hear that, I'm gonna play it again.
Tell the crew to push the Whopper button.
That's going on the soundboard for sure. All right, parachute is deployed. And we should splash down harmlessly in the middle of the ocean on the dark side of the planet. Like on the complete opposite side from the KSC. Emmykins posted it, so there would at least be one submission. Thank you, Emmykins. You are the best. And yeah, she knows the videos that are guaranteed to make me laugh because I've laughed at them like tons of times already. Oh, that's weird. I'll fix my mic stand here. It's getting a little loose. Come on. All right, there we go. Yeah, my desk really was not designed to hold this thing up. It's like at a weird angle. Oh well. We make do with what we have. You said to post videos so we think you would yeah, but you know what I'm gonna laugh at because you know what I've laughed at before. You have like an unfair advantage. Other people have to, I don't know, you have to have watched the channel for a while, get a feel for my sense of humor, and then track down a video that you think is gonna make me laugh, whether you think it's funny or not. Okay, yeah. Thanks. Anyway. Let's splash down, recover the science, finish the contract. We're back, so we get 46,000 for coming back, 82,000 for finishing the whole thing, and 15,000 for returning. That is some good money. Now let's check on the science situation here. All right, come on. There we go. So we have quite a bit of science to spend. That's pretty good. We only recovered 716. Oh, because it was so far away. Hold on, 769.
69, dudes.
There you go. Yeah, we got a quarter of the value back. Whatever. What's the max time for the video? I think we're trying to keep them under 2 minutes, just so we're not sitting through like a really long video. And the goal is for the video to make me laugh, which I don't know how that would affect. Like, ooh, we can do like a test at the launch site. Yeah, we can do that. And oh, we have a rescue from orbit of the Mun. That is basically never going to be worth it. So I think, yeah, let's do some rescue missions. We'll go ahead and rescue Mildoc Kerman. I also really want to, okay, this is explore the Mun. Shoot. What did I just take? I took a, well, we definitely want to land on the Mun, so we're going to take that. We'll worry about the rescue missions later. That's it, Ground. Ha, I wonder if it'll be friends with me. Hello, Ground. Oh, from the Hitchhiker's Guide movie. Good work. Good work. So here we are. It is time now. All right, so we're gonna start with Urban's video. He sent a short. All right, hold on, guys. I gotta reorient this. Oh no, it's called Watch. No? What is it? Is it question mark then equals? Nope. That is, all right, whatever. We'll just watch the damn short. Okay. This is just a re-upload from TikTok. All right, I've turned off the music. Oh, that's the wrong window anyway. Let's grab this. Here we are. We're on the shorts. Knew you loved this short. The issue is it's, okay, watch equals V. Watch question, whatever. We're just going to watch the short version. All right, here we go. This is called Nom Nom Dog TikTok. It has no audio. It's super quiet. How do I... Okay, hold on. Let me, we'll be right back. After these messages, we'll be right back. Watch question mark V equals, and then you get the actual video, and then I can like adjust the audio and stuff. Okay, here we go. Okay, that's kind of funny. Yeah, I like the noise that I don't know if that sounds like the guy is making the noise. I would make a noise like that when my cat was eating something. All right, next up, we have a submission. True facts about Morgan Freeman. This is from Sartari. We're gonna take a look at this one. Do. Nom nom nom.
Morgan Freeman was born in 1937. He narrated his own birth, saying, "Leaving the warm comfort of his mother's womb, I, Morgan Freeman, enter the world. Soon I will make my first poop, one of many in the life of Morgan Freeman." The first time that Morgan Freeman saw himself crying in the mirror, he became old, and he remained that way his whole life. From then on, every time that Morgan Freeman cried, it rained. In heaven. When Morgan Freeman makes a documentary film, he narrates it first, and then nature makes it so. The only
like
reason
Chuck
that
Norris
the sun
facts.
rises each day is because Morgan Freeman narrated that sunrise in his dreams the night before. The only reason that you're alive right now is because Morgan Freeman is
The scan
narrating your
lines.
life, as he does for billions and billions of others, each day. And when you have a bout of diarrhea, Morgan Freeman narrates it so that you appear noble.
Is he
at the
still
mercy
alive?
of nature. and a taco.
I have to assume so. I feel like I would have heard about it if
through
he died.
4 or 5 microphones a day because his voice turns them into bars of gold, which he uses to fund his quest to create a real Santa Claus. Morgan Freeman cannot be cloned because that would require unicorn tears. Morgan Freeman doesn't have sex. When he smiles, a baby simply appears in a field full of kittens. Earthquakes are merely Mother Nature having an orgasm when she listens to March of the Penguins. Penguins didn't exist until Morgan Freeman made that movie. He's that good. If you're having a rough day, think about Morgan Freeman, because he's certainly thinking about you.
Oh, that's nice of him.
Morgan Freeman, Morgan Freeman, Morgan Freeman. Morgan Freeman, Morgan Freeman, Morgan Freeman. Morgan Freeman.
All right. Well, there's some true facts about Morgan Freeman if you didn't know. I guess he does a lot, gets a lot of work done. And none of those made me laugh. However, we have one that is guaranteed to make me laugh. This is the classic potion seller.
I am going into battle, and I want your strongest potions.
This is from 2011.
My potions are too strong for you, traveler.
This would have been perfect.
Potion seller.
For this, it's like this could have come out
I'm going into battle,
yesterday, and it would fit perfectly.
Only your strongest potions. You can't handle my potions. They're too strong for you. Potion seller, listen to me. I want only your strongest potions.
Oh no, he's corpsing.
My potions would kill you, traveler. You cannot handle my potions. Potion seller, enough of these games.
All right. Then you guys get the idea. I know this is going to make me laugh eventually. So I'm just going to skip all the nonsense and just eat a bean. So let's get the bean ready. Also, we're not here to just watch YouTube videos all night, as fun as that would be. So here we have the Jelly Belly Bean Boozled 6th edition. We're going to crack it open. We're going to take a big whiff. Nasty beans. Here we go. Stop giving me 2. This thing is really poorly designed. Come on. There we go. All right. This appears to be another booger bean. It's like green. It's either booger or juicy pear. We've only gotten what I think is meant to be booger. That's a juicy pear. All right. Oh, not punished. Good deal. Let's get back to the game, huh? Game is located here. So remember, guys, you can submit those anytime. You don't have to do it during the stream. You can just submit them whenever you feel like it. We'll build up a little backlog and then we'll watch those. I'm getting pretty good at not laughing. So if I didn't laugh at your video, it's not because I didn't think it was funny or because I hate you. It's just because I'm trying really hard not to laugh at these videos. It's part of the challenge, right? Oh, yes, and Emmykins is putting the link to the Discord. If you do not want to join the Discord for whatever reason, you can also direct message them to Emmykins. She will add them to the list. And then you don't even have to join the Discord. It's convenient for everyone. We have general construction. That would give us the launch stability enhancer, which I think we don't need, but do we need anything from advanced construction yet? Or aerodynamics? I don't think so. Flight control would give us access to landing. Landing might actually be worth it. Although we're not quite at the point where we need the upgraded struts yet. There's also the song, oh, So Long and Thanks for All the Fish, yeah, from the movie. I saw that movie in theaters. And then I found out later how much people who liked the books hated it. I'm like, I thought it was okay. But then again, I never read the book, so my opinion doesn't count. Morgan Freeman is both proud of my resolve but sad that I have lost the beauty of humor. Well, I'll laugh at stuff when there's no nasty beans on the line. Or I'll laugh at, I guess I'm not going to laugh at every single thing, but I don't know. It's hard. It's hard, right? To like make somebody laugh. Because there's that feeling, and I know that feeling very well, where you're like, I think this video is hilarious. My friends are going to love it. And then you play it and they just sit there and stare at it. And you're like, you're not, did you like the video? And they're like, yeah, it was fine. Like, but that's the funniest video I've ever seen. What's wrong with you? Okay. We're gonna need the Mark II command pod, so I think we grab, this is why we grabbed flight control, just to get the Mark II command pod, huh? That would also give us access to landing, so maybe we can grab both. Not quite. We would still need another 90 to grab landing, but we definitely are going to want the Mark II command pod for rescue missions. All right, that's enough for now. So we have a mission to test the thud on the launch pad. So let's go ahead and fire up the test monkey. And we're just gonna throw a thud on there. What is this? Yeah, science data from Speedrun. That one, we did that. Dude, the thud is such a weird engine. Because it's like stats aren't very good. That's okay. Does anybody who's like really good at KSP like weigh in on the stats of the thud? Like, what is it comparable to? Because to me, it seems like it's not great. And we'll put Bill in there. But I guess it's nice. You can like cram a bunch on there. The thud is a good all around. All right, well, Urban knows better than I do. There should be a good sound clip for when I'm building the ships. I don't know, something to do with Legos. Well, when you say sound clip, do you mean like background music? Because I know Urban has like different playlists depending on what he's doing. I don't really have that. All right, well, there we go. We did the mission. Easiest mission of my life. Whereas I'm just running like the same music the whole time. Like this would be good space music, which it is. But I don't have a way. I think there used to be a mod where you could change the music that was played in the game. But that mod is deprecated, so not available anymore. Lego Movies Space. Did I ever tell you guys that the only time I saw the Lego Movie was when they were running an ad on YouTube where they were just playing the whole Lego Movie? Also, I never finished it, and I had no way to go back to where I was because it was an ad. All right, we need a new one. This is the Rescuer. That doesn't look like it's spelled right, but Rescuer? Is that how that's spelled? Rescuer. No? Wow. I don't know why that looks so weird to me. That is a bit like the Spark, not super efficient, but because it's lightweight, it does sometimes offer more Delta V for good thrust away. Okay then. Like I said, you know better than me. You've played a lot more with the engines, whereas I'm more of a right. We need the adapter piece here. You guys remember the disasters we've had with this design, right? We're gonna try to avoid those today by adding the drogue chutes, of course. Step 1. And I'm gonna actually pay attention when we're coming in for a landing, so how about that? Gonna reset that. Really? All right, we'll figure that out later. Now we need to get this thing into orbit for as cheaply as possible. So we're gonna go with a swivel. and some solid rocket boosters. Those might even, okay, well, maybe if they get on the actual decoupler, those might even be too big. How much Delta V do we actually need, though? You know, other game I would love to stream a little bit of, if you guys haven't seen it, Planet Crafter. I think I talked about this like earlier this year, about my favorite games seem to involve some kind of like terraforming component. And Planet Crafter is just a first-person game. It's like Subnautica, except it's not underwater, at least not immediately. And you have to terraform a planet. You're like a condemned criminal or something, and they're like, you can get rid of your sentence or lower your sentence by doing this terraforming job. I think Satisfactory doesn't have terraforming, but it does take place on an alien planet, and you have to like do stuff. It's not quite terraforming, but it's close. All right, let's check the Delta V on this. At sea level? Yeah, not sure this is quite enough. Let's throw another fuel tank on there. TL400 might do it. This rocket looks like something, but I can't quite put my finger on it. Oh well. Goes. Nope, that one goes there. And then we tone down the thrust limiter. 0.92. Still a little bit high. Let's do like 1.3. Because I find myself having to turn down the thrust on the liquid fuel rocket. Yeah, that's good. Yep. So this should keep going. Oh, okay. Hold on. No, this won't keep going because these are going to run out of fuel too quick. Yeah, I think we're going to need something a little bit beefier. I mean, the backs are only like halfway or twice as much as expensive as the what? The hammers? Yeah. So let's try this. How does this look? Nope, that should be... Did I totally screw this up with the staging? So this is 10,000. We get what, like 30? We get I think it's around 14,000 advance from taking the mission, and then you get like 30,000 upon completion. So the advance will cover the building of the rocket, and then completion will just net us 30,000, which is pretty good. Also, we need to, I totally forgot, if we're going to be doing target stuff, we're going to need to upgrade the tracking station. So let's do that now. 300K down the drain. Goodbye. We don't have flight planning yet. We don't need flight plan. Like I can live without flight planning. It's nice to have. I guess it's really nice to have. Let's be real. But I think for now we're gonna live without it. We'll just build in a little bit more buffer. So this thing burns. Let's check the thrust to weight here. Tune that down. 0.33, 31, 0.27. Beef it up. One tick, 2 ticks. Okay, perfect. So we take off. We drop the boosters. We switch to this bit. And then that takes us to meet our Kerbal friend, and we're all good. So let's head over to the tracking station, and we're gonna see as they come around. Oh, you know what we can do, chat? Hold on, this is always a fun thing, right? we're gonna do some predictions. Now's your chance. It's a 1 in 3 shot. You basically, you can't lose. So what will the next Kerbal be? Pilot, scientist, or engineer? You guys have 5 minutes while I launch. And we are going. We're gonna time warp here actually. This is Mildoc. Mildoc is gonna come around and we're gonna launch and we're gonna go rendezvous with them. And I realize this is gonna remove our mission opportunity for this. Which, now that I think about it, chat. Ooh. Oh, we lost the Munstone one. Damn it. Did it really take 5 days? Because yeah, if we do this, we're gonna lose the rendezvous option. All right, I think we just launched to the Mun then. Hang on, let me cancel that prediction. Because we're not gonna do that. Delete return points. Sorry guys. We'll do that a little bit later. I don't want to miss any opportunity for extra cash. So let's open up the Inspector Mark II. Let's check our parts. Okay, can we afford to bring the Science Junior? I think we can. This is going to be the Mark III. This thing is designed to actually land us on the Mun. We're going to grab the micro struts. I think we need the full 4. It's like I've mentioned in the past that I've gone with 3 and then it has not worked out. I wonder, would the better configuration be like this? Or does it not really matter? We'll try it out. Okay, we're gonna drop. What can we afford to drop here? Because we're 4 over. Let's try just 3 boosters. Okay. We're still 1 over. What else can we lose here? We just lose 1. Maybe we do just lose the 1 leg. Okay, we'll try it. We'll try it, chat. I guess if we don't land, we'll just take off and say screw it. Or we'll work something out. I don't know. We'll try to land someplace really flat. So let's check the Delta V here. At altitude. We take off. Turn down the thrust to weight a bit. Can't believe it's only 9. Is it? Wait, it's only 9 what? Oh, it's 9 o'clock. Okay, it's 8 o'clock here. I was like, I hope it's not 9 o'clock. Not that I have any place to be tomorrow, so I guess we can go late. People are interested. Okay. So this thing, Jeb has the unfortunate mission. I don't want to say it. I guess it's not unfortunate. He has to try to land this thing on the Mun. I don't know how well this is gonna go. Oh, we can drop the monoprop. That'll save us some weight. So we take off, we drop those, we switch to the middle. Yeah, and we should be able to get a decent altitude here, I think. All right, let's try it out. And now that we have patched conics, we can be a little more efficient. We can actually like track our periaps, time to periapsis and stuff. Okay, here we go. Fingers crossed, everybody. We're gonna do it. You just found out your brother and sister won't be at Thanksgiving tomorrow. Trying to take it in good stride. Is that like abnormal? Because I haven't been to a family Thanksgiving in like a decade. Ooh. All right, we're gonna have to live with the 1.07, I think. Should be fine, right? Yeah, we'll try it. We'll try it. Go, go, go. We're taking off. We're gonna do it. We're going to the Mun. We might even come back. Hold it. Hold it. That's a good point. Which part? The part where I haven't been to a I mean, if that's normal for you, then like that sucks, but like I'm just saying, for me it doesn't really matter. You should just be just be thankful. It's Thanksgiving. Give some thanks. You know what I'm thankful for on Thanksgiving? I get to sit at home all day. I don't have to go to work, and I get to play video games all day, and then my wife brings me Thanksgiving dinner from my in-laws' house. It's great. I don't have to do or I don't have to talk to anyone. I don't have to do anything. I just get to play video games and eat food. It's a good time. And then I get to continue doing that. I guess I'm going to go into work on Friday because I said I would. Oh shoot, we should probably be paying attention here. But then Saturday, Sunday, I basically get to do the exact same thing. It's like eat food, play video game, have movie night on Sunday. All right, let's start turning this thing over. Yeah, well, it's okay. It's okay. It's okay. Jeb, just hold it. Jeb, no. Okay, there they go. We're good. All right, time to tilt. Pivot, pivot. More fireworks. The spectators down below. All right, so we're at a nice. We're really high up, which isn't necessarily a good thing. What video games am I going to be playing? I'm probably going to be doing more Oxygen Not Included because that's what I've been stuck on when I'm not streaming. Every time I think, maybe I could like just pause this game and like save it and then go do something else. Something else pops up that I'm like, oh, I really want to do this though. So that's kind of where I've been the last couple of days. I was mentioning it earlier. I finally managed to... I'm like almost 400 cycles into this game. And I'm finally expanding to a planet that's not connected with teleporters. And boy, let me tell you, trying to bootstrap a colony with nothing, with just like one duplicate, is like a huge pain in the ass. So I'm hoping I've learned a thing or two. Been working on this deck for 4 days now. Finally got it to gold. Oh, are you playing, what format are you playing? I've basically given up on competitive. It's like, it's too much work to keep on top of. I'll like play when I'm at work, but I've been playing a lot more Marvel Snap because I don't know. I like that the matches are limited to 6 rounds. And it's like 5 minutes at the most. When I start a game of Snap, I'm not worried if I'm gonna be stuck playing that same game for 45 minutes. Playing in Historic, oof, yeah, that's a lot of luck. Holy cow. Historic is nuts. Hey, Lil Joe. Welcome to the Kerbal Speedrun. We need to go higher here. It's not enough. Hold up, hold it, hold everything. Oh no. Wait, this does not look good. Wait, no, we might be good. We might be good. It still says 5 seconds. I think we'll be okay here. We're not going to have as much fuel as I would like to get to the Mun. Again, keep in mind we need 860. And this is not that, so... we may not have enough. How's the speed run? Well, this is attempt number 5. And I'm feeling pretty good about this one. I feel like I've learned a lot. We've found some pain points that I've been exploring, like how to avoid them, especially with like a lot of the early game stuff where I don't have the tracking station. But we did just unlock the tracking station, so now we're in a much better position. And both of our pilots are still alive, so that's good. A little bit. All right, so yeah, we've gone past our option for this getting us to the Mun on its own, but we might still be able to utilize it like part of the way. One option would be to do a partial. No, that's gonna be terrible. Yeah, what are my options? I guess I could just leave this in orbit and then delete it. Like, I know that's kind of something I try to avoid, but it's not like a hard, fast rule. You opened a pack today and got one of the Merge Brothers war cards. Which one? Which one? Was it Urza, Mishra, or Titania? Or is there might be more, I actually don't know. I'm not sure how I feel about the whole merge thing. Also, way too many artifact creatures in this set. It's adding more fuel to the artifact decks in Historic. It's the one that turns into a dragon and pairs with the dragon. I think that's Mishra. I don't remember though. Okay, we gotta go a little bit further here. That sounds right. Okay, yeah, it might be right. I don't remember. Mishra's the like evil one who gets corrupted by Phyrexia, and Urza's like the hero one who doesn't. And then he becomes the first planeswalker. So his whole deal is that he is Urza, and then he becomes Urza Planeswalker, which is where the name Planeswalker comes from. He's like a very important figure in Magic lore. All right, so we do not have tracking. However, we do have my eyes, and with my eyes, I think I can work something out that's gonna work really well here. Or do I? How much money do we have? I'm just gonna go buy the grade here. I'm actually, as I like stop playing as much Magic, I get more interested in the lore, because they have some like really cool and like smart people working on the story, which is kind of nice. All right, yeah, we're gonna do some flight tracking. I just put that life-gaining white-black Sorin in my deck from War of the Spark. Ooh, we're getting music again. That's fun. Yeah, he makes a, depending on what you're going for, he can be a pretty good card. Yeah, War of the Spark was the set of uncommon planeswalkers. It's just a ton of planeswalkers in that set. It was a lot of fun. That's when you first started War of the Spark. I started, when did I start? It was during, what was legal? I'm trying to think. It was like Hour of Devastation, Amonkhet, which I didn't play those sets, Ixalan and Rivals of Ixalan, which I also didn't play. I started like as Amonkhet was rotating out. So what, like 2018 maybe? I don't remember. And I had played before in high school. I played when Mirrodin and Champions of Kamigawa came out. Then I stopped, because I was like, these cards are like really expensive and I don't have that much money. All right, let's do some maneuvers here. So let's say we do a maneuver for like 500. How far does that get? That doesn't get me too far. That's good. And then we do a second one It's like more. You know what I mean? So if we take this, hold on, maneuver 2, we increase that out. So if you're wondering what I'm doing, I'm basically putting a maneuver on my maneuver. Yo dog, we heard you like maneuvers, so we put a maneuver on your maneuver so you can maneuver while you maneuver. Okay, it's going too far. Then we're gonna tweak it. So the first maneuver does this. And then the second maneuver, oh, that's maneuver 1. Ah, shit, screwed it up. Okay, that's it's gonna do what I want it to do. That's all that I care about. So we're gonna delete maneuver 2. We're just gonna do maneuver 1. Then we're gonna use maneuver 2 to like adjust it. Let's go. Gonna warp around. Yeah, we are in an orbit here, so that's good. Basically what I'm doing is I'm gonna use the rest of the fuel in the tank to get us like farther out, and then as we come back in, I'm gonna burn again with the other tank, the rest of the fuel that we have, and that's gonna get us the rest of the way, and that's gonna maximize our fuel usage while also reducing the waste of just leaving, of letting something continue to stay in orbit. Because I realize this is a speed run, I shouldn't be concerned about these things, but I also want to stick to my like standard principles of playing KSP. Those being, make sure the rockets look good, like no weird clipping, no K drives in normal play, and trying to minimize orbital waste. Plus, I think people think it's cooler when I do those things. I don't know. I'm sure Urban appreciates it. He runs a very spick and span base program over there. So here comes the burn. Sure do. All right. Well, as long as I have the Urban seal of approval, I can't go wrong. I've always said, if I could just get Urban to raid me one time, I also would have thousands of adoring fans. The problem is he streams in the morning and I stream in the night. And so our schedules don't line up. Okay, now we're gonna go out to Apoapsis. Granted, this is adding a little bit to the time. I am aware of this. It's not that big of a deal. And it's gonna keep our orbits nice and clean. I probably could have burned a little bit longer there. It's fine though. And that's gonna leave us with a good chunk of Delta V to spend getting to the Mun, circularizing, landing, and then returning. Did I not raid you on my birthday? You may have, I don't remember. I get so many raids, I can't keep track of them all. You probably did. And hey, Beta Rock. Hello, Gremlins. Let's turn around. We are already turned around. That's perfect. Here we go. We're gonna drop this below some amount. I don't know how much. We don't want to spend too much Delta V on it, but we do need to get it below, I think, 25. Or no, is it 29? I think it's 29. Okay, there we go. Then we're gonna switch. And we're gonna get our periapsis back up above 70. A good chunk that's been used to describe Norman Rockwell's enormous hog. Wait, what? Norman Rockwell is he like well known for having an enormous penis? Talented and gigantic, very well endowed. So like Lyndon B. Johnson, where he would just like pull it out during meetings and be like, "You ever see something like this before?" was before the age of sexual harassment stuff, so it was totally okay back then. All right, so now it is time to figure this out. That works. So that's as close as we're gonna get with controlling our burn position. Oh no, we can get closer. Hold on. Oh yes, we can get very close. All right, I think that's as good as we're gonna get. Tweak it down a little bit. Yeah, that doesn't have too much of an effect now. We want to get down to 30, and so this is gonna take up 500. Oh, I don't know, chat. I do not know. How do you think you get that many covers in that era? I don't know. Freakishly big, though. All right, all right. So not in like a good way. More of like a I should be in the circus kind of way. Okay. We're gonna have to do some math on this one. Let me bust out the Delta V calculator here. Delta V calculator, not calculator, map. We want to go to the Mun. So it's 280 land. Plus 580. So it's it's basically 860 again. Shit. I don't think we're gonna have enough. Oh man. Okay, so let's say it takes 580 to take off. That'd be 1440. We're already spending more than that. Yeah, that's okay. We can't do it. It's fine. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna grab material study. I'm not gonna waste this opportunity while we're up here. So rather than risk Jeb's life trying to get to the Mun, we're just gonna collect this data and we're gonna land. So we'll just come in. I did grab that, right? Yeah. It's fine. It's fine. What have we learned from this? I don't even know. Do better when launching, I guess. So, yeah. We'll see how it goes. We either need more power in the middle section, and maybe that means we ditch the Terrier and swap it out for like one of the beefier engines that's gonna push us out of the atmosphere. But then we lose a lot of ISP. So I don't know what's more important here. Your favorite food is steak? All right. Not really a traditional Thanksgiving dish, but I would certainly eat it at Thanksgiving. Shoot, more people should. Like, what the heck? Why has it got to be turkey and ham? Throw some steak on there. Get some roast beef. You're going to have steak for Thanksgiving? Heck yeah, man. Live your best life. Don't be tied down by tradition. That's what I say. Alright, so we kind of blew that mission, but fortunately Jeb didn't die or anything, which is good. It's a good start. Ooh, we're coming in over the crater. Oh, we're coming in like right over the crater. That's not great. Well, hopefully we don't crash into the mountains. You're gonna get the best they have at the Smiths downtown. All right, chat. What else can we talk about while we're re-entering here? Anything exciting happening in the world today? Nope, nope, nope. Do. do 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 do. People still bitching about the new Pokemon, huh? Yeah, that makes sense. Do, 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 do. Coming in nice and hot, just the way I like it. Ugh. The new Pokemon game, the new Sonic game. Although, I don't know how. Everything I've seen of the new Sonic game, maybe it plays better than it looks. It doesn't look very good, but everything I've heard people talk about it, they're like, this game is awesome, I'm really enjoying it. I'm like, what part are you enjoying exactly? Because it doesn't look very good. All right, good, that one crashed. Perfect. And then the new Pokemon game, everybody's complaining about the performance, which, fair. I don't know. I wish they would have just stuck to making the classic top-down Game Boy style ones. But I think those days are long behind us. Everybody wants open world, fully 3D, whatever. Our grocery stores downtown Salt Lake City are pretty crazy and belong in bigger cities. Yeah, as I'm sure you guys know, I live in like a small town in southern Minnesota, so I don't have access to very much good food. I mean, I have access to like food that's good, but the variety is somewhat lacking. Okay, anything else going on? Nope. I guess the World Cup is still going on. I'm not watching it because I don't watch sports generally. You guys know this. I've mentioned it many times. I'm sure Urban is watching it because he's from the UK and I guess they're like they could win this year. Probably not, but they could. I don't even know I guess the USA is there probably, even though we don't take soccer very seriously. All right, here we come. We're gonna land. Oh, scraps. Don't know how we missed that one. Hey, we got that one too. Emmykin, oh yeah, that's right. Emmykin's watched part of the opening ceremony because one of the members of BTS was there. Like, we shouldn't watch this, but I guess you can watch this one part. Meth is trending in the United States. I'm looking at I'm back to looking at Twitter again. Meth is trending, of course, and hashtag Chucky is trending because there's a Chucky TV show? How have I not heard of this? That's a dumb question. I haven't heard of it because I'm not interested. Oh, you're not watching it. Okay, good deal. Yeah, there's a lot of shenanigans going on with all this stuff. I think expecting a conservative Muslim country to be pro-LGBT is wishful thinking at this point. Oh boy. So that mission was a bust. We did get a little bit of science out of it, but we're gonna have to launch an upgraded version. We may just remove the Science Junior, honestly. That's gonna cut down on the weight at the top. Also, did the music get louder? No, it's the same amount. Okay. So if, let's say we take off the Science Junior. Get any new missions? No, nothing. Okay. Yeah, Spectre Mark III. So we take off the Science Junior. That's going to shave a lot of weight off the top. Now, how do we look? Let's make sure we're at sea level too. Thrust to weight was a little bit of an issue on. Oh, geez. What the heck was that? Why is the tablet making noise? Is it low on battery or something? No, it's at 31%. All right, whatever. I don't know how to turn that off. I'll just assume it hopefully won't do it again because it like freaked me out. I was not expecting noises to come from it. Okay, so this thing takes off. Let's say we get to 20 kilometers up. We drop that. The thrust to weight is still a little lackluster here. So that's 2167. If we throw a Reliant on there, how much is that? Honestly? Okay, that's 2049 in a vacuum. Let me grab the, there we go. 2049 in a vacuum versus 2209. I mean, I think I feel like we can just take the peace of mind knowing we have a stronger middle section and lose a little bit of delta V, although now that I look at it, it's actually gone down quite a... No, it's 2049. Yeah, no, that's right. So this fires, then this fires. Yep. Everything looks good. We're at sea level now. Okay, yeah, that's a little bit better, I think. Let's try this design. All right, Mun mission take 2. Here we go. Jebediah is ready. This music is far too triumphant. I think it's from... This sounds like Super Mario Galaxy, if I had to guess without looking. Here we go. Tell the crew to push the Whopper button. He did it. He pushed the Whopper button. Way to go. We're gonna push to the right slightly. I want to get started on our turn a little bit earlier this time. We are going to be watching time to apoapsis as usual now that we have it unlocked. Just keep tipping over. Everything's looking good. Other than we're twisting a little bit. Got to keep an eye on that. Okay, keep going, keep going. Keep turning, keep turning. Good. You're good, you're good. This actually like feels pretty good as far as like launches go. I'm not seeing any immediate issues. I've been at max throttle the whole time. There's been no atmospheric effects. Feels like it's feeling good. We're about to drop the solid boosters here. Let's go, let's go. There they go. It's going up, so it must be going pretty well. You would think that, Urban, but there have been plenty of times we've been going up. And then we came down violently. So I don't take anything for granted anymore. Just because I'm going up now doesn't mean I will continue going up. All right, let's push this thing in the direction we need it to go, which is first start of the right, straight on till morning. Okay, tilt it down a little more. We'll push our apoapsis up to like 80 just to give us some wiggle room. Add a little bit of buffer there. And then we'll dial back the burning. Oh, perfect. So we're going into the middle section here. That's perfect. Let's turn that off. Now we're just gonna hold prograde. Oh, this is definitely yeah, this is Zelda for sure. Okay, so we need to add another 1100. Oh, what the heck, man? Yeah, we still have to go 1100. This is not straight up not enough to get to the Mun. What the heck is going on? Because we need to get our orbital speed up to like 2400 to reach orbit. Something's going really weird here. We had this design, we had it locked down. Whoa, wait a minute. No, this is right. Yeah. The TL800 in the middle. Are those the Poodle? No, this is a Reliant and a Terrier. Yeah, something funky is going on. So even if we get to orbit, we're only going to have 2,000 to spend. And that's not enough to get to... I mean, I guess it could be 860 to get there. 860 to land. 860 to take off. Not quite. Yeah, so we burned through the Reliant here. And we're in the same position we were in last time. Alright, I think... yeah, something weird's going on here. We need to, like, recheck the design in simulation mode. What I think is happening is that we're using different SRBs. I think we have the bigger SRBs in the other mode, and that's what's giving us more oomph. So why don't we just, let's go ahead and land this thing. They screw it. And oh, this sucks. We've burned through another bunch of money here. Fine, we have plenty of money. It's time that I'm worried about now. And then we'll just go ahead and... can we slow down maybe? Oh no, we're good. We're going down. That's fine. Okay. So yeah, I think we need the bigger SRBs. And I'm using the... what are we currently using? Let me look at the wiki real quick. So we are using not the Thumper. No, it is the Thumper. I think we're using the Kickback on the other design, which is like, what is it? It's like 3 times as much fuel, which would make sense. I guess that seems really big though. All right, we'll check it out. Check it out. Because we did a test run at the beginning of the stream where we launched from KSC and went to the Mun with basically this exact same design. So I think what I'm gonna do, in honor of Thanksgiving, we're gonna land. I'm gonna go check the design, and then I think we might call it early tonight because for some reason I am now like super tired. I think my sleep schedule got screwed up because I've been working from home. So I'm gonna let you guys go home to your families or whatever. Maybe have a late night snack, get into the pie before the big day, which I am tempted to do it. If it was old Star Chart, I would definitely do it. I would just go in there and like stuff my face into the pie like it was a pie eating contest and just go to town on it. But I think more health conscious Star Chart, it does not want to do that. or at least knows better. All right, so we should be re-entering any minute now. Yeah, Meekins knows what I'm talking about. She's seen me eat pie before. It's not pretty. Some might even say it's kind of gross. I think I want to say we're using the cake bake. Let me look at the size of these things. So, heavy rocketry. Did I unlock heavy rocketry? That gives the poodle the skipper. I don't feel like I did. This is why I'm so confused about why this is the way that it is. Honestly, I probably should have just imported the design and not tried to recreate it. That might have been a better option. But whatever, we're here now. Yeah, you guys can see me yawning now. Ridiculous. Why is it when I do have time to stay up late, I get tired, but when it's like a work night and I have no excuse, I'm up till like midnight looking at some stupid crap on the internet? Totally insane. It's like my body is rebelling against me. It's like, oh, you want to go to bed early tonight? Yeah, screw you. Oh, you want to stay up late? Screw you again. Oh, you want to eat healthy? Hey, look at those pies over there. Don't they look appetizing? Pie. Like, okay, all right. I wonder if that ever goes away, or if I'm just stuck with it for the rest of my life, wanting to do the opposite of what I actually want to do. It's like the ultimate form of contrarianism. Like, even I can't tell me what to do. All right, let's pop the chute. So yeah, we had... It is entirely possible we could have gotten heavier rocketry, or heavy rocketry. But I feel like I wouldn't get that until I had the Mark III command pod, so I don't know why that would be an issue. Because the Poodle's really good. I like using the Poodle. And then the, what's the other one? The like upgraded version of it, kind of. It's only in the Making History DLC, I believe. Wait, what's a green monolith? Green monoliths are a special type of monolith. They spawn randomly each game. To find them, you'll need CurbNet access. They'll be marked like a question mark. The green monolith serve a purpose in career and science mode. When you discover one, you'll receive a message in the world blah blah blah. There'll be a purple line saying your research node you have just unlocked. Wait a minute. Hold on. You can just find monoliths that unlock stuff in the tech tree? That changes almost nothing about my plans for the speedrun, but that is interesting that that exists. Mostly because in order to find them, they could be on other planets, which we're not going to go interplanetary. We don't have time. I barely have time to be doing these missions that only take 12 minutes. I don't have time to do one that's going to take a year and a half. Sending like a jewel convoy or something. So let's see. If anybody's wondering, I'm on the wiki right now while KSP is running in the background. I'm looking at the list of biomes on Kerbin. So there's the ice caps, northern ice shelf, southern ice shelf, tundra, highlands. We have the highlands, mountains, grasslands, deserts, shores, and water. So if I wanted to get the other biomes, I'd have to do like a polar orbit, I suppose. And then I guess there's also the KSC mini biomes that also have a bunch of stuff. Then I'm just gonna look at Mun. So Mun has poles, the polar lowlands, the polar crater, highlands, highland craters, midlands, midland craters, lowlands, northeast basin, we splash down. Just a bunch of biomes that we'll have to get into a polar orbit if we want to get EVA science for those. All right, thank you, game. Wow, we recovered some funds. How cool. All right, so we're gonna save. Well, we don't have to save, it saves automatically. We're gonna head over to the simulation mode. So I'm gonna put on stimulation. There it is. This is just a stimulation. We're gonna check it out. We're gonna see what the design was, why it is working here, and why it is not working in my other game. Okay, load it up. No, this is exactly the same design. Hold on now. So yeah, we wanted the Terrier on. We swapped out the Terrier because it didn't work. And then it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 TL400s. The only difference is these don't have the little caps on top. I have no idea what is going wrong. Eyes are in the oven waiting to come out. How exciting. Yeah, I don't know. It's like extremely frustrating. So this is the swivel, yep. There's nothing here we don't have. Yeah, that's the thumper. I don't know. We'll have to try it. Let me see. Let me actually go over to simulation. A pumpkin pie and a Basque cheesecake. Ooh. Technically not a pie. I don't know. It's closer to a pie than a cake. If it's like a cheesecake that... If it's like any cheesecake I've ever had. Alright, we're going to try to import this design. So first, let's take a look at the design and see what is different exactly. So this is the Inspector Mark III. We're gonna swap back in the Terrier because that's what we had on the other one. Then we had 1, 2, 3. Yep, that is correct. One of the main differences, these didn't have the nose cones. And we had 4 legs instead of 3. I wonder... Alright, let's save it. Let's bring in... Not subfolders, all games. Oh, there we go. Simulation. No, this is exactly the same. Let me even bring in, like... This is... merge. Look at this. Side by side. Okay, there is a little bit of a height difference. I think that's just because I have them lowered slightly. These are the exact same designs, chat. This is insanity. We literally launched this at the beginning of the stream and proved it could land on the Mun. I don't know what changed. I guess one thing is this has exactly 30 parts. Oh, it's because of the fuel tanks, right? All right. Now we need to change this. I feel like I'm taking crazy pills. Okay. Save it. Called cheesecake, but it's not really cake. Yeah, it's more like a pie. I think it's just called a cheesecake because people don't like the idea of a cheese pie. They would think, why would you put cheese on pie? Don't be weird. Well, I guess if we've earned our 4th leg back, go ahead and do that. I don't know what we removed. Oh, we removed the Science Junior, I think. Okay. What time is it? It's 8:47. I don't know. Do we just want to launch this thing? Sure, why not? Just to prove that it'll work. Okay, Jeb, we're doing one more launch tonight. Is there anything that could possibly be different here? Set it to sea level. 1.21, okay. Good stuff. That is now that. That is that. We're gonna do it. Here we go. Oh, we're not in stimulation mode. Hold on. Turn that off. Emmykins always makes pumpkin and a second pie. I sometimes made a Mexican chocolate pecan pie. Wait, when did you make that? That sounds really good. Wait a minute. None of my controls are working? Okay, there we go. Okay, here we go, chat. This is attempt number 3 at the same exact mission. This is the same rocket I used at the beginning of the stream, except I've added nose cones and changed the tanks so they're more condensed. Here we go. Jeb is taking off. So far, so good. Taking off from Cape Canaveral Air Station with the new whatever satellite. We have had an anomaly. We've not had an anomaly. It's fine. Though it sure does seem like rockets explode a lot in real life. I guess they're already exploding. It's just you want them to explode in one direction instead of all of them. Okay, let's keep monitoring. Okay, so far so good. Push it to the limit. Walk along the razor's edge. Don't look down, just keep your head. You got that, Jeb? You got all that? All right, we're gonna tilt way over now. Oh boy, hold on, we're getting some definitely getting some shenanigans going on here. Okay, there we go. Now we have more control. Yep, explosions, good stuff. Can you imagine if that was just how NASA launched their rockets, with the SRBs crashing into each other mid-air? I guess that would, they wouldn't explode. They would just like slam into each other and then fall down into the ocean. Is that better or worse for the environment? Okay, all right. I don't know what changed, but this looks so much better. I'm like legitimately baffled what went wrong on the first launch. I may have to go back and watch the VOD. It's like so, it's such a huge difference. It's crazy. Maybe because we removed the Science Junior, like that was adding a lot of mass. Yeah, that's probably it. I always forget how heavy the Science Junior is. You made it at least 3 years, but the last 2 or 3 years I let you pick the second pie and you pick blueberry or apple. Well, cause here's the reason I picked those things. It's cause I know chocolate is bad for me. But blueberry and apple are good for me. So maybe if you put it in a pie, the pie will be healthier. Even though I know that's 100% not the case, because you dump like a pound of sugar into the pie to make it edible. Like it's not just blueberry and dough. It's like you take a blueberry, you mix it with a pound of sugar, I don't know. I don't know what goes into a pie. All right. I just know it sounds healthier. It's like, would you rather eat a cupcake or a blueberry muffin? Probably the blueberry muffin, even though the blueberry muffin in all likelihood has more calories than the dang cupcake. All right, start burning. All right. Push that periapsis up. Sugar cream. What the heck is a sugar cream pie? Now they're just making fun of me. It's like, hey, Butterball, you want to have a sugar cream pie? That's all that it is. It's sugar and cream in a pie crust. That's what you wanted, right? Yeah, but I shouldn't. No, sugar cream just sounds like some kind of body wash flavor. Probably is. All right, let's go up. Let's go up higher. Come on. We're getting there. Oh, we're not getting there, actually. Hold on. Okay, I think I see what the issue was. So the Science Junior was adding enough weight that it was throwing off what is apparently an extremely, like, close number on the Delta V on these things. Like, this is shockingly close to exactly what I need to land, and that's without the Science Junior. If I was going to do this with the Science Junior, I'd have to beef up the lander stage. I would have to beef up the other stage. That was okay. All right. I'd have to basically beef up the whole thing. The Dutch butter cake? Oh, come on now. This is ridiculous. Okay. So, we're in orbit. I guess we'll go to the Mun and then we'll land and then we'll be done and then we'll come back from the Mun on Friday. Okay, guys, get all your like delicious dessert talk out of the way now. Oh, what is my favorite dessert? I like brownies, or at least I used to like brownies a lot. The problem is no one ever makes brownies the way that I want them. Like, there's a very specific type of brownie that I like, and I don't know what kind it is, so I can't explain it. But I feel like every time I've had brownies, it's like not quite what I like. We should do smash or pass on desserts. Yeah, I would just smash everything. That wouldn't even be fun. I'm gonna leave you guys in suspense. I mean, there's no suspense. I'm just gonna be chilling on the Mun. The fact, like, landing is the hardest part. Getting back is easy. We get to look at a lot of desserts. That's probably not healthy for me. So I always thought, because whenever you get like a brownie box mix, right? It says, like, do you want cake-like brownies or do you want fudge-like brownies? What the heck is this? All right, I went to go search something and now I get this article. Sure, whatever. This is from Vogue. 9 hard-earned lessons from 365 days of sobriety. A year on from giving up alcohol for good, writer and musician CJ Turlow reflects on what she's learned and what she wishes she had known 12 months ago. Just don't drink alcohol. It's really easy. What was I gonna look up, chat? Oh, right, the brownies. Ooh, cream puffs. So fudge-like brownies. Yeah, I think I like the fudge-like ones. So, I shouldn't be looking at these. Oh no. This is a mistake. Oh my gosh. Why? They're so good. Hold on. Let me bring this in. Let me bring this in. This is outrageous. Look at this, chat. This is what I want from a brownie. I get pie tomorrow. I don't want brownies. Look at that. It's insane. Dude, it's like, it's got the marbling in there. It's like a good thin steak. It's so dense. Oh, jeez. I should have asked for brownies. Let's get that out of there before everybody else gets hungry. Anyway, yeah, I think brownies are probably my favorite dessert. But yeah, gooey brownies are the best brownies. Satari knows. I already made... You asked what kind of pie I wanted. You didn't say what kind of dessert do you want. It's totally different. So we're still in the atmosphere. I think? Yeah, we are. All right. Sup, dude? Hey, Goyas. How's the maid cafe thing going for you? I can request brownies for Christmas. All right, I'll request brownies for Christmas. I shouldn't have brownies. I'll have one brownie. I wish it was possible to make dessert in like batches of one. Because one of the issues I have with dessert, besides the fact that I eat too much of it, is when you make it, it makes like 20 servings. And now I have 20 brownies sitting around, and it's like, well, I had my one brownie, but I don't want the other 19 to go to waste. So, you know, don't mind if I do. I'll just eat the brownie. It's turn. Also, Goyas, I saw you guys, well, it's been a while since I saw you guys playing Raft. But if you were looking for a game similar to Raft to play with your friends, might I recommend Astro Colony? Raft in space with automation elements a la like Factorio. You guys might find that interesting. I don't know. And now we're gonna plan goulash. Screw it. We're going. We're going right now. Or should I take the... Maybe we should just take an orbit to go around here. I mean, we have the Delta V. It should be fine. Yeah, let's do it now. Just in time. Playing Terraria right now. Ooh. Dude, it's been so long. I keep thinking like, oh, I should replay Terraria. And then I remember that I already beat it like a long time ago. And the uphill climb of trying to enjoy it again. Hold on. Really, since we always do fudge and kiffles? What is a kiffle? Oh, it's your first time playing Terraria? Holy cow, I gotta check that out. I'll pop in. Are you guys are doing multiplayer, right? Sounds like a good time. My friend swears by Starbound, which I don't understand at all. Cause like Starbound was just not great. It was okay. I remember some of the earlier builds were actually better than the final build, which how often has that happened? Maybe more than often. Usually Tuesdays, okay. A kiffle is, it's all almond flavored. It's like an almond cannoli. Okay, I guess I could have just Googled it. I just wanted to make sure it wasn't like a typo. Kiffle. It's Hungarian. Okay. You enjoyed Starbound? Yeah, I had some fun with Starbound, but I had no desire to return to it. Actually, hold on now. Do I still have access to these screenshots? See if I can find my screenshots here. You guys might actually get a kick out of this if you like Terraria or Starbound or whatever. Chat, how do I check my screenshots? Oh, there they are. Okay, I found them. Oh, there's too many freaking screenshots of garbage in here. How do I clear out my screenshots? Wait, I just want to delete some of these. All right, we'll do that later. So we're in the middle of a dang stream. How do I look at screenshots? Collections, there we go. I have no collections. You know what? I have these uploaded to Imgur. Let me just look on Imgur. Imgur. I gotta log in. Oh, I am logged in. Okay, good. Posts. There they are. All right. So I am going to show you my Starbound colony that I made several years ago. If I can figure out how to do that. We gotta get that. All right, here it is. There it is. All right, it's showing up now. So this was the colony that I made. We're gonna go in order here. There's quite a few of these. So I just went through and I took screenshots. So this is the beam down area right here. This was the teleporter and then a bunch of stuff. Oh, I guess we have to go through it like this. That's kind of annoying. So then this is a shop that I made. The Asian place looks nice. Yeah, I spent a lot of time designing this. And it was based around like high lotl stuff. I did a little bridge over some water. Then I built a restaurant. This is where the chef lives, in this little cubby behind the kitchen there. Then I built this, it's kind of a gatehouse, I guess. Basically, this leads up to the next picture that you'll see. Oh, okay. Well, there's this here. So this is up the hill from that little wall area. I guess this is the gatehouse. And then we have another bridge here. And then you guys will see what this big building is next. So this is a library / castle. And this is actually kind of based on the design that you will find. If you find the above ground high lotl villages, this design is pretty similar to that, although I had to make some adjustments for the terrain. It's the balcony. Nice view of the sun. Then this is to the left of the spawn. So this is like the first little area that I made. Keep going. Yep, this is just the bigger house. And then down here is like a little farming garden area that you'll see. It's right there. Good stuff. Good stuff. What is this? Okay, this is further to the left of the farming area. Yeah, it's like rocks and stuff. Oh, here we go. So this is actually, now we're getting into the cooler stuff. So this above ground station actually connects to a tunnel underground that wraps around the whole planet and it's just flat. You can travel the whole way. And these are some apartments built into the hillside there. Meanwhile, Jeb has slung around the mun and is now orbiting the sun. Jeb is fine. I just checked on him because that has happened in the past. And then, yeah. I guess this must have been before I fully finished it. I had these uploaded. So there you go. That was my big Starbound build, and then I never touched it again after that. Jeb is fine. He's right there. I wasn't in speed mode or whatever. Let's go ahead and set that. Let's go ahead and... Yay, we did it. So that's what I did in Starbound. And they haven't updated it since they released it, as far as I know, unlike Terraria, which has gotten several large updates that were supposed to be the final update, and they keep adding more to it, which is awesome. I wish more games were like that. You buy it for like $5-10 and then they just keep updating it, and that forces all the other companies to then also do the same thing, otherwise they get left behind. It's free market at its best when you force other people to do what you want them to do, because otherwise they lose. YouTube, did you run out of stuff again? Oh wow, we finished the whole soundtrack. Okay, I guess we'll start over from the beginning. That's the full 3 hours. Go. We're gonna go ahead and get captured. Let's do the math. We don't actually have to do the math here. We can just add a maneuver. If we spend all of our Delta V circularizing, we still have enough. Ooh, wow, that's perfect, actually. That's awesome. Okay, let's go ahead and do it. That's gonna put that's gonna put us in a nice circular orbit there. Guess we can make a quick adjustment. Check the periapses. The apoapsis? Yeah, that's better. All right, now let's try that again. You know, Rilip, you mentioned orbiting the sun. I think we will poke our head out and grab some science from solar orbit at some point. Because that's not, I mean, that's a long trip, but we can just have it going on in the background. We can have like a mission to mission to Minmus and a mission to solar orbit all going on at the same time, assuming... Okay, Cat's back, guys. Hey, buddy. How's it going? All right, if you can behave yourself, you can lay here now. Just don't hit the keys, please. All right, I moved him. Should be... Okay, now he's poking out and grabbing solar science is great, as long as it's really easy to get back. It's basically just a Minmus mission, but it goes out past Minmus. And then you just have to figure out how to not get stuck. So yeah, you have, as long as you can get back. Exactly. Lowering it down. Okay, get ready for the burn. How much? Oh, we're running low on power again. Probably fine. I hope it's fine anyway. All right, hey buddy. What did I tell you? You have to chill if you're going to be up here on the desk. He's kind of on the mouse cable now. Okay. Here we go. Time to land this baby. Do not hit the spacebar, Cap. How do I lock? Nope. He almost hit something. I don't know what. Just chill. Relax. Take a nap or something. Just don't roll around a lot. All right. See, now he's, every time I like go to get ready to do a burn. 3, 2, 1, go. Okay, let's slow it on down. He's like kicking the monitor while I'm holding him from keeping him from hitting the keyboard. He's like pushing against the monitor to push against me. Okay, now is not a good time to do that. I don't think he understands what chill means. I'm gonna move him again. All right, come on. We're done. We're not doing this. Dude, what the heck? How did you get so heavy all of a sudden? Come on. Get up. Yeah. Come on. Uh-oh. My hand is stuck behind the microphone stand. Come on. Ah. Okay, I moved him. It could be a catastrophe. It could be, but it wasn't because I moved him. He's down on the floor now with Mr. Pillow. Everything is right in the world. And now we need to land this thing. We're gonna try to get a win tonight. At least one. Maybe more. I would like to point out, he doesn't do this when somebody be mindful not to land on the side away from Kerbin. Why? What difference does it make? Because it's dark? I'm gonna land in this crater right here like we did last time. But yeah. So Cat never wants to come up here when it would be like convenient for me. It's always when I'm like eating breakfast or trying to stream or like doing something important in a game, which I guess, you know, it's a game. How important is it? Saying about losing signal, but you have a Kerbal. Yeah, that's one of the reasons I only run pilots. I don't want to have to worry about signal strength and all that. Just an extra thing I don't want to have to worry about. Hi, are you back? Can you wait like 5 minutes for me to finish? No. No, he cannot. Whoa. Okay. What's he doing? Cat, what are you doing down there? No, don't touch the power cable. Come on. Get out of there. The power strip is down underneath the desk. I don't think he could turn it off. I mean, I know he turned off the computer that one time, but that was pure luck. Yeah, 5 minutes from now, he will not be interested because I won't be distracted. Oh, forgot I had thrust on there. All right, let's get it ready. Yep, we've entered suborbital spaceflight on the Mun. Yeah, just chill down there for like 5 minutes. I'm gonna land, and then you can be as bugly as you want to be, all right? Which is gonna be 0, like Rilip said, but I'm at least giving him the option, right? Get the landing gear down. There we go. Okay. Let's set this puppy down someplace relatively flat. That looks flat-ish. If not, we'll make do. Cat, please. Oh, God. Hold on. No. Don't touch those. I don't know why he's so fascinated by the power cords. Also, since Emmykins isn't here to wrangle him, he's kind of just like going around causing trouble. Father, I crave science. Yeah, okay. If only that was all he craved. I think he just wants to chew on stuff down there, which is not probably good for him. Okay, this is the most intense portion of this. We need to be watching several things here. I want to make sure my electric charge stays relatively high. I want to make sure we're coming down in the right spot, and I want to make sure we're not crashing. It's a lot of things to keep track of. That's gonna crash, that's fine. high are we above? Okay. 18,000. Let's get sweaty, chat. I'm ready. Okay. This is the worst part because there's not a whole lot I can do. Because I don't want a time warp. But there's not really any maneuvers that need to get done. Hopefully we land close to a Munstone, although I realize I don't have that mission, which sucks. I wish I had grabbed it. I should have just upgraded the mission control when I had the chance. It's fine. It'll probably come around again. Jeb is loving this. I mean, he basically is always happy. Don't forget you can do an EVA report while jumping for science while flying over the Mun. I could do that, yeah. All right, time to begin our burn. We have the Science Junior was definitely must have been what was weighing us down before. We'll have to bring it on a. Okay, that is a cat close to the power button. Let me move that so we can't hit it. All right, we're good now. We're good. We're good. Everything's fine, chat. Everything's okay. Except I'm all discombobulated now. So we are looking for Munstones that are nearby. I'm not seeing any just yet. We may have to walk a ways to find one. They're not usually too far from any one spot. All right, let's slow it down again. Oh, there's one over there, it looks like. So we'll probably just have Jeb walk to go grab one. No use, like, trying to hop around. That's just asking for trouble. Okay. Final approach here. Come on, come on. I'm watching, like, everything except for chat. As much as I would like to watch chat during these super intense maneuvers, I just know I'm going to get distracted by something and we're going to crash. So just pretend I'm reading all of your wonderful messages. Somebody saying something like, it's incredible how Jeb manages to have so much Delta V despite carrying around those massive balls. There you go, something like that. And here we go. Last little dregs here. All of my wonderful messages, Rilip says. I guess I did technically just read all of my wonderful messages. All right, so that is a Munrock. So we have landed. What else do we get? Walk on the surface of the Mun. Let's do it. I guess that counts as walking. You guys remember when you could, like, jump off of the ladders? Why did they change that? All right, let's grab some EV. We're not going to plant a flag yet because I want to get a quest for that. So, Jeb, don't go anywhere. We're going to go check mission control. Star sharded. I like that one. That's good. Apparently there's a plant called a shard or a chard. I was thinking of something I could do with that. Star chard. Bring Munstone back with you. Yep, we'll take that. We'll also grab Explore Kerbin because now we can do the rescue mission. And I think that's it. So we'll plant a flag, or maybe we just leave Jeb on the Mun because we don't really need him to come back just yet. Other than to bring the Munrock. Swiss chard is a leafy green like kale. So if I was a star chard, what would I look like? Can I make an emote that is star chard? We're gonna go grab this rock before we wrap it up. All of a sudden, I'm not tired. I think I got a shot of adrenaline from that mission finishing. Beta Vulgaris, Var Cicla, Chard, Beta Vulgaris. Works for me. That is Chard. Next Kerbal Fanfic Night brought to you by Rilip. Look, if you guys want me to read Kerbal fanfiction and you find some, I will read it. The problem is, I think we found the best fanfiction we're ever gonna find from Kerbal Space Program that for some reason involved, one of them had Elon Musk and that one was like whatever. And then the one with Wolfie Chew was like insane in like a good way. This better be a freaking Munrock or I'm gonna be pissed. I'm walking a long. All right, screw it, we're jumping. Go, Jeb, go. It's time to do some speedy speed boy maneuvers. Just gotta watch my fuel. Hopefully, this might be too big actually. Now that I'm looking at it. Is it too big? It's pretty small. I think this is a Munrock. All right, way to go, buddy. Grab that Munrock. Pick up Munstone. Yeah, you got it. You got it. Did I get it? I did. I think I already got the EVA report. No, we already got it. Okay, head back. It's one of the things I am not liking about Parallax. I never know what is... Oh, you're running the, like... Yeah, I saw that. There was like a screenshot on the KSP subreddit that was like, I don't know which one of these is a Munrock. Like, well, maybe you shouldn't be using mods. But that's... people don't like when you say that. Starshard, why are you so reductionist about mods? Let people enjoy what they enjoy. No. Let's not do that. What if I enjoy minimizing other people's enjoyment? Does that count as anything? Okay. Log pressure data, we got it. Log temperature, we got it. So Jeb's just gonna hang out on the surface for a while, I think. We have no reason to come back. We do, however, have a reason to do a rendezvous. But I don't think we're gonna do that tonight because it is late. I am a sleepy boy. If you guys want more Kerbal content, I can enjoy pumpkin pie. I might. I may or may not enjoy. Yeah, we'll take a Kerb and rescue Kerbal. I may or may not enjoy some pumpkin pie tomorrow. I don't know. I know I requested blueberry pie. So we'll definitely be having some blueberry pie. I don't think we need anything just yet. All right, so let's go to the main menu. So we're gonna keep this train rolling. Who is doing some streaming tonight? We got, of course, the illustrious Matt Comart, who we raid basically all the time because his schedule perfectly lines up with mine. But let's see if we can find somebody new. Does anybody have a favorite Kerbal player that they are willing to vouch for? Oh, Nerdthagoras. Hold on, we could raid Nerdthagoras. Thanks for this. You're welcome for this stream. I'm always here 3 nights a week. And then other times, I guess sometimes like Saturday, but you guys get a go live notification. Don't worry about it. So that was it. Everybody have a happy Thanksgiving. If you're American, if you're not, have a happy Thursday, I guess. And I will see you guys on Friday. We'll be doing a little... We'll be doing some more Kerbal stuff. We'll be returning from the Mun, doing some rescue missions, etc., etc. All right, everybody have a good night.